Halo guys, cek. Sorry guys ya. Bentar, cek, sabar. Oke, aman ya.
Okay, so map number 3 will be split, side on split here.
Aman guys ya, halo guys, welcome guys, selamat siang semua. Kita nobar lagi guys ya, tapi nggak ada Paperrex.
First set of bands, we have DRX with Lotus, NRG with Fracture.
Sarapan bami.
Pearl with NRG on attack. Map number 2 is Haven with DRX on attack. Next set of bands are Bind and Ascent, so Decider will be split with DRX on attack. Good. All right, good luck to you both.
Good luck.
Baru bangun cok. Menang bang, Akbang bang. Iya, gue nonton tadi sebentar guys. Gue ngantuk banget cok, gara begadang. Takut gue mau nabarin pagi.
DRX.
DRX melek dong DRX. Masa mau turun terus sih? Oh, begadang nggak bang? Nggak tahu deh.
This is the elimination match. We never thought we were gonna get this early on. DRX versus NRG. It was not supposed to happen now and here. And the interesting thing is Kakuka and Doug, every single time these two have played against each other historically, it has always gone the distance. It has always gone to map 3. And Kakuka, even in that best of 5, it went to map 5. We're gonna be here for a while.
Yeah, exactly. We can expect that. I think that the last 3 matches that we've had have been pretty quick. I don't think this is going to be it. There is 2 chances here. We see a DRX that has been damaged, that cannot pull through, that is just going to sink a little bit under the pressure that they've been putting under this on this event, or we're going to see them thrive and try for that lower bracket round that we love.
I think it's interesting to consider the fact that we're starting on Pearl, which is a map that, I mean, in this tournament, both teams have played it. They both only played it once, and they both walked away with a win. But to think that Haven is next, NRG had the option to go to Bind. Now, Haven and Bind are both good maps for them, but the fact that they're going to Haven over Bind
tells me that after the shellacking
yesterday at the hands of Fnatic, they're a little bit hesitant about it.
Spoke the weakness, and definitely Fnatic showing the world how to play against that. Not only that, DRX, as you said it, they have already played this map, but Foxy was on that lineup when they did it, so we're still yet to see the adaptation in the roles of what we're going to see on that map. Is it going to be the double controller with the Harbor? Who is going to be taking the duties of the Jet?
I mean, this is the thing. The comp changes DRX brought out against Paperrex, it just didn't work. It was not something that it looked like they were comfortable with either. And adding Zest to the mix here, Doug, I mean, what even is their comfort right now?
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I'm sitting here trying to figure out how you do the mental gymnastics to slot things into a comfortable position for this map, and it's hard for me to kind of figure that out. I imagine you put RB on Jet, I guess, and then kind of fill in around that, but yeah, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting decision given what they're going with.
As you can see from the Prime Gaming agents today, it's Buzz and Zest with the Harbor. What do you make of this?
I mean, it's fine. It's Buzz. I like it. RB's obviously played well this tournament too. Him on the Killjoy, I think he's shown comfort in that role. So I think, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking at Zest and how he's going to adapt playing with Mako. We know that there's a synergy that is already existent, and it's not like they're breaking every mold or they're going crazy, trying to think completely outside of the box. Also, this is a composition that NRG knows to a T. So I'm expecting some very good quality game, especially on this first map.
Yeah. If I may, very quickly, we've talked so much about Harbor because of how prevalent it's been in Americas. A good Harbor is often found in the timings of the utility, and this is not a role that's it was RB who was playing this before, so keep an eye on that. The Harbor utility, if the timing is right, it's going to be good, but if not, it's hard to succeed around it.
Yeah, both teams
gua habis begadang sampai jam 4 cok, gua bangun jam 9 nggak kuat tadi.
No better lucky charm than these two gentlemen casting this game. Of course, it's Achilles.
Gua ngantuk banget ya guys anjing.
That's right, for realsies this time, no more debate. Brennan Sideshow, they have the day off. We'll be guiding you guys through this final match of the day.
Kalau di upper bracket tuh ada 2 nyawa guys. Kalau Flower udah tinggal 1. Ini kan lower bracket.
Optic then, now NRG for the most part, have always come out on top. Do we anticipate that that's going to happen again? We'll have to just wait and see.
It's hard to say for sure. I mean, in every one of those times, it has been so close.
Every
series that they have played each other has gone the distance, and they have been within like 2 rounds on almost every map. So these are 2 teams who play very similar. They have a lot of the same ideas on how to approach the game. You can see with their agent comps as well that this is going to be a very close, hard-fought
skornya
battle.
Mungkin 3 map sih kayaknya guys.
Going for that select, we knew that the Lotus ban was going to be coming through no matter what. After seeing that just the once in the grand final, they've opted to never show it again. It may never see the light of day. And we're ready. The fans are ready as we go ahead, drop the barriers for the opening round, and already DRX looking for potential crunch over here at A main.
A response, a little bit of utility now to try to make sure that this Voltorb isn't being gathered. It's going to be cleared here. Still Buzz.
Banyak art guys.
The point. Now, another dog out here from Stacks to check in the middle. Crashies. Just checking. Nothing doing.
Quick little peek. No damage going to be received there. For now, just RB holding things down, and Link, a classic at hand. At this range, we'll see what he can do. Is he's just going to have to back away from this position. We'll see where he decides to go. Looks like he's going to wrap around, try to maybe get himself up into heaven. In the meantime, the rest of DRX starting to wrap through the attacker's spawn. Turret going to be cleared out. Bite the check in the back hall. Swarm grenades out to try to prevent them. Keep them locked on this side of the site for now.
And I love this from DRX. They rarely do this kind of thing where they go this aggressive on a flank, and it looks like they might be able to catch Crashies a little bit off guard. He's pulling back now, trying to join the rest of the team. Flash now going to indicate the presence of DRX.
However, Victor, yeah, very much could get the same jump. You see him.
Okay, makanya 4 orang flank ya. Gila 4 flank, Cok.
Going to be noted. Some looking to push up into him, but that's a classic at medium range, and looking taken down. Moore's going to be good for. He's running out of bullets.
Dapat 2 Cok, RB, Cok.
A death there is a parting gift. Now Victor arrives. A frenzy though.
Victor pakai Sentinel anjing, the fuck.
In this position, the push-up Crashies needs to be the hero. They're talking about him on the desk. Can he get it done? No, Zest is going to be able to take his head off. Buzz.
DRX nih bos, go dong.
Victor finds one, but that's as good as it's going to get. 3 members left standing as DRX will take the opening round.
Yeah, and a big pistol win here to start the tempo and the pace for DRX. They've been struggling a little bit. I mean, granted, they had to go up against EG, and everybody's been struggling.
Kalah ini guys, kalah pick mereka di NRG. Kayaknya NRG itu semenjak ditinggal si apa? Semenjak udah kagak ada si Y itu kayak ini guys, kayak tulang punggungnya agak hilang guys ya. Ardis nih belum bisa menjadi sosok tulang punggung yang bener guys, seperti Y dulu guys. Ini baru DRX ya, DRX kuat coy sebenarnya coy. Ya nggak sih menurut kalian guys? Baru bracket kayak bener baru bracket.
Lurk by Victor, just wasn't able to get there in time to really have much effect.
Mako sending out a bite right off the rip. Looks like though, for this eco, might just be B-side simulator here for the set of NRG. Flash out, push up, Mako just gonna be tucked away on the side, and Crashy's trying desperately to get out of the nanoswarm.
Mako bro!
Mako gonna be able to find a second one in RB. Moving out from the back hole, we'll find another Mako now. Looking to fast track that pit as quickly as he possibly can. And with the spike not planted, Victor is going to have to try to find something here. Knows that he doesn't want to be carrying this Sheriff forward into the next round. See if he can find any damage here, because so far DRX looking for that.
Tim mana bang? Tim ini guys, tim bawah dia ngambil tim bawah, Cok.
For DRX invested into this round, so if they can carry all those over, that would be absolutely phenomenal. Stacks there, gonna do a little bit of a check. Bird's not connecting, but no kind of obfuscation about where Victor is right now. Still trying to push this corner. This should be pretty darn difficult.
Spam out. And eventually, one of the shots will connect. So Flawless does come through. DRX starting up 2-0.
Kayak di disguise tapi nggak lost apa-apa sekarang bang. Iya nggak tahu ya dapat tawaran ini Cok.
To make a break point for them. Take a quick look back. I mean, Mako, he's had his ups and downs for sure, not only this season, but at this event as far as site anchoring goes. But that is the kind of thing that we have come to expect from him.
Menang Paperrex menang siapa? Menang Paperrex nih, makanya DRX tinggal lower bracket ini guys.
It's been a bit fewer and further in between when we have seen those moments, but for him, at least, a bit of a hot start.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a bit more up and down for Mako this year. He's been good.
Itu mah pernah pakai patch yang lama bang. Patch baru tuh belum dipakai di turnamen guys. Mungkin champion udah pakai patch baru mungkin ya.
Kind of the bright spots for DRX against Paperrex in the last matchup, having pretty good score lines on those mostly controller roles. But RB continues to be just a brilliant, flexible player, so good at side anchoring, whether it be on the Astra or the Killjoy here. He is just a wonderful, wonderful player to watch. Of course, that that neon is absolutely special, but you can see NRG now going to be lining up for an A crunch here through Art. No utility really to check this until it gets to sight.
They got Buzz in such a forward position. He knows that they're not going to be pushing out into B main. With nothing spotted over in Link, they now fully suspect that this is in fact going to be that A hit coming through.
Okay, Hardis.
Up on top of the side, drifting back. A bit of damage there. Dropping now in the dugout, but Finesse with a great aggressive swing comes out wide, finds Mako. Pop flash through the wall. It's a turn. Finesse still eating a little bit of that blind. Stacks can't push in past this high tide. As he tries to, Finesse cuts him down. RB going to be able to find two, but suddenly that leaves Buzz all on his lonesome, wrapping around from A main. Spike not yet planted, but NRG, 3 members left standing, relatively healthy, and plenty of time to try to burn down.
Difficult task here for Buzz.
30 seconds left.
See if he can get it done. They're right behind the box. Oh, they're going to get him in the back.
I mean, it's a great read. They do go for the back plant.
Oh,
Buzz not quite reading that somebody's going to be over an Art. Wanted to try to stop that plant from coming through. And Victor with the covering fire on the flank finds him, and NRG get there first.
I love the way
Nice
that
one, nice bonus, Cok.
They get
Dapat 3, Cok.
aggressive towards
Yeah.
the back of sight, towards Secret there in particular, because DRX was trying to buy time, trying to wait for Buzz to get to that lurk. You know, DRX had a pretty good read on this early. The other 4 members
Ini
beside
kalau
Buzz were
Somnya
pretty
turu
quick
sih
to
berat ya guys ya.
move
Som
over
kan
to A,
tulang punggung sekarang,
but
Cok. Som
instead of
sering nge-kill banyak guys.
DRX any comfort or space,
Ini kalau
NRG
NRG
just
Somnya
keeps
turu
pushing,
mah
keeps taking advantage of that slight weapon advantage they have in that round. Now Buzz is going to be blast canning opping. You don't see this every day with DRX.
Ardis soalnya udah nggak gitu kelihatan banget mainnya, Cok. Nggak tahu kenapa.
He's going for it. It's just going to be situated over there on
Bukannya
B,
jago
whether or
OP
not
ya. Kalau
NRG
jago OP pakai jet
expects
sih
that he's
enak
gonna
padahal
be
guys.
going for it. Hard to say. Either way, they're not looking to play into his sightlines whatsoever. Again, plenty of attention being paid over here towards mid, through the double door into the lane.
Zes cabut, Cok.
No, maybe even just pressuring Zest out of water.
Mereka nge-push mid dulu, Cok. Karena mid enak guys. Lu nge-bet A, nge-bet B. Lu ke mid itu bisa pindah dua-duanya guys, cepet banget guys. Dari A ke B-nya pindahnya cepet banget ke Art kalau nggak ke B-Link.
Mako pushing up, still looking to explore over towards A. Might make content if he continues to swing here against Victor, but Victor's now going to be pulling away from this position. And NRG sights may just start drifting towards B, where that op is continuing to creep up.
Yeah, you got the toxic screen over there as well.
Oh, Buzz OP nih.
Huge here for Buzz.
Dapat satu nih, Buzz. Buzz kalau lagi pedih, kalau lagi serem, OP-nya serem juga, Cok.
Keep Victor at bay as Mako continues his aggressive lurk. But now they're shifting directions. NRG here, last minute. Looks like they're going to head in. The lockdown in response from RB. He's going to be under pressure potentially. No, they're going to have to back off.
Yeah, he just wants to fully dissuade this hit over here onto the A side, but they still have 3 members in the vicinity of Mako. Well, he might be able to get around and maybe find a pinch on a Finesse. Is not in a position to really help them out here onto the B site where everybody's going to become crashing through. Stacks the first to fall, doesn't even get too much damage across, and what he did find is going to be healed up. Zest's going to find 1. And now it's Buzz out in the open, no dash. Sees the cove, does he suspect that there's going to be somebody in it? Either way for now, hasn't been able to see him. It's going to start to fracture, it's going to break. Spots him, and flash timing's absolutely perfect. Som scoops the kill. A little bit of spam out from RB, but it seems like DRX.
RB ganti role bang, ya enggak, RB emang sebenarnya sentinel guys, duelis cuma di map tertentu doang guys. Gak tau sekarang RB tuh kayak jadi duelis, tapi duelisnya duelis map tertentu doang.
Classic finesse round. He's just so smart. He takes control of the middle of the site. He's guiding his team around, kind of
dibuang.
The presence of DRX in spots where he doesn't necessarily like what he sees. You know, of course that lockdown there, able to get that out. In a way that doesn't have a ton of impact on the round. It doesn't prevent a plant, really. It gives a little bit of space for DRX, but they're not really able to capitalize.
RB bisa semua agent bang, bisa sih. Cuman mostly dia sentinel sih kuatnya. Duelisnya kadang nggak terlalu sepedes itu guys. Ini kayak DRX kenapa ya? Kayak aim-nya lagi kurang deh.
Just the way that NRG push and pulls the map space, takes control of mid, and then they have free reign over kind of how they want to dictate the pace of the round. So I'd like to see DRX start contesting
Ibas jelek banget nge-pick-nya, Cok.
when they get guns back in their hand. Now this one's a bit of an eco, so you know, it might not be the round where they try to dig a little bit deeper.
Pas tuh nge-pick-nya apa angle-nya tuh angle yang apa sih yang gede banget coy, yang luas banget lu nge-flick-nya susah itu.
RB over at B. He's one of the ones with the rifle. Mako has a phantom on the other side.
Victor ngeri, tapi kadang-kadang juga suka turu Victor, cu.
Coming in towards mid.
Dog not going towards RB side. Just gonna be skirting around this wall right here, giving up any information. RB, I mean, likely suspecting that they're creeping their way through. How many players? Where are they positioned now? Are they going to be coming back my way?
Sekarang iya, Stacks jarang nyala juga, Cok. Dia gara-gara IGL kali ya.
Unknown. Flash out. We'll get at least some sort of notification, some sort of confirmation. Creep up in. Mako doesn't just quickly enough to manage to find one. Artist going to be taken down with some. There's plenty in kind. Stacks now. Pushes out from water. Finds one for his trouble before getting taken out. Buzz will be able to get some with the classic. Weapons now recovered, 3 rifles versus the 2 here on the side of NRG.
50 sih kalau
In
menang
the
nih.
A site, the spike is completely
EDG sampai final bang, kayaknya enggak deh. EDG lagi panas, cuman gua rasa ntar bakal turun juga. Dia ketemu sama EDG berarti ketemu sama yang kalah di atas ntar ya besok ya. EDG antara ketemu siapa guys? Nggak tahu sih, gue nggak tahu guys. EDG ngeri sih, cuman menurut gua dia naik turun cok. Oh ketemu Paperrex atau Fnatic guys. Ya ketemu Pep. Kalau misalnya something belum main sih kayaknya sih, aduh berat sih ya. Hitungannya kayak Kakang nggak main aja guys. Something nggak main sama dengan Kakang tidak bermain di tim yang sebesar itu guys. Mau Paperrex kali, amit cowok. Moga-moga menang guys biar Paperrex tetap di atas ya, jangan turun ke bawah lah. By the way si turnamen final MSI kapan cai? MSI. Finalnya jam berapa guys? Finalnya jamber guys.
How NRG is going to be wanting
masih lama,
to use their utility later on to kind of dictate which side
they want to go to. Apa gua nge-gym malam aja guys ya? Guys, mendingan gua nge-gym malam atau gua abis nih live langsung guys? Di malam kali ya, mumpung ntar turnamennya malam, jadi malam baru nge-live coba baru istirahat. Ya nggak sih? Kelar mungkin jam 3 nih, gua live lagi.
Judge in the back pocket.
Buzz not noticed. He was noted by Artis.
Si Bas lagi turu, cok. Pengen nggak kena mulu.
Seen there. The lockdown will be coming
MSI aja gua nge-gym ya. Chill bang.
Way to clear it out. Space has to be given up.
Kalau lagi sempet
dash forward. Judge in hand. Wants to check that there's no one in this back hall. Given that there's that tiny little corner they can tuck away in. Knows that it's clear, and now it's DRX having to try to break their way back through this one. First, it's going to be the Reckoning now popped. Pit as well though, invested from finesse.
This is going to be so difficult here. A flash check calls, put a Judge up close.
Can't shoot those anymore. They're artists. Sucked into the corner. Crash. He's in such a ratty position, waiting to strike. Mako able to find one. Victor, however, gets buzzed. Mako now falling. Crashes with that kill. Tries to swing out. Stacks will shut him down. A 3v3. Judge still in the hall that they need to try to break through. The flash not available. There's one. Cess gets the other, bringing it back to a 2v2, but time is now dwindling. Finesse, however, falling, leaving Victor all to his own devices. No nano swarms to speak of, trying to clear out of the cove. It will get broken down.
What?
It gets them both. The 3K clutch. Victor drags him over the line to tie it up at 3-3.
Unbelievable hold here from Victor.
Hampir tiap hari, cok.
Great play at the end. Great start here for NRG.
Dia udah sempet reload sih, gue kira nggak sempet reload, cok, si Victor.
Able to get out there just barely. Smart here by DRX to save their Reckoning, to try to go for the retake, but that extra layer of alt utility here for the side of NRG.
Oh, nggak reload anjir. Nggak reload anjir dia, cok. Kalau reload nggak kabur itu.
In the back hall with that Judge, have to commit 2 players just to take him out. And you know it's going to be a trade, a 1-for-1. When he's back there, DRX gives themselves a chance, but huge hero play from Victor.
Absolutely monstrous. 3 kills and a 3rd round win to tie it up. And clearly Termi not happy with that. Doesn't want to be in parity against NRG, so decides to go for the timeout nice and early. See if they can go ahead, separate themselves away, try to rack up some additional rounds. But yeah, great tooth and nail fighting coming out from the side of NRG.
22 kill langsung bang, karena hatinya lagi low. Lagi low.
They managed to walk away with a win.
Yeah,
kok gue nggak bisa begitu guys ya main Valonya ya?
Both of these teams, the way they're making adjustments already. 3-3, we've already seen a ton of great stuff. Curious what Termi wants to do. You've got a couple big alts online here for DRX. You've got the Viper's Pit for Mako. Stax has the Seekers. So does Crashy on the other side. You know, how are you going to play for that? Are you going to, pop the pit early and try to squeeze space? Are you going to, a lot of times you see Mako wait for retakes. Mako is generally on the Viper. He likes to use it for retakes. He doesn't like to use it as one of those kind of space-taking abilities. He's more of a reactionary Viper player when it comes to it. Stax with those Seekers. Pretty curious how they want to do this. I see 4 members once again of DRX lining up towards A. They're expecting an A hit here.
Sekarang di tim mana bang? Yeay, di tim bawah, cok.
Does go through. A little bit of spam. Artist trying to fish for it, and he will find it. Buzz. Headshot. That might be this forward push abandoned, but no. DRX are continuing to push the issue. Trying to maintain control of main. Shot spread. Another wall. Pushing forward. Just looking to lock them out, but at what cost? Zess will be able to go ahead and slurp up that orb, try to get closer to the next Reckoning for himself.
Ayo DRX 2 Pacific final, susah sih kayaknya DRX. DRX lagi turun, coy, lagi turun banget. Gak kayak DRX tahun lalu, guys.
aware of how DRX played this. It's
Tahun
very
lalu mah ngeri,
reminiscent
Cok.
of the pistol, the way that DRX did that. Threw up the high tide, came in behind that smoke, tried to gain a little bit of space. This time, NRG waits back a little bit, doesn't send any utility in really, just spamming it down mostly.
Paperrex besok guys, jam 1 kalau nggak salah.
Still
10
setting
ya?
up here for this attempt. Crashies has the Seekers. Once those come out behind this Trailblazer as well, you gotta read this as DRX is gonna be A.
Dash in, Mako eating the full flash, just trying to stay quiet, tucked away next to this poison orb. Does manage to come away with one. It's going to be taken down, but not in a position where you can try to upgrade the weaponry here. The Stinger still going to be in hand now. Mako gets it taken out of his hand. Sam with 2 quick kills, finds those eliminations, gets that plant down. RB in the meantime has been quietly pushing his way up past Flowers, gets himself in towards Secret. Still plenty of
Top frag RB nih.
How much damage can he do? Because the turret is there to play for his contact. Now identifying Victor is over at main. Is he ready for the close angle? Yeah, manages to find one, finds 2.
Hati nih orang gila, Cok.
RB jump peek. Sets up the turret, swings out, manages to get the headshot, and no way. Surely it's not possible. The bite to delay. Finesse. Just try to play this one out patiently. Alarm bot going to be cleared. Tap, bite, death.
Ya, ada lo, Cok.
Playing it up beautifully. Knows the limitations. Will upgrade the Bulldogs. And does manage to find the round win, but a hell of a lot closer than they might have anticipated.
Yeah, and on a lower buy there, Stingers and Spectres for DRX. That's why they're trying to challenge space early. And it almost pays off. RB here still had that Vandal in hand. Able to keep this through.
Oh, what a...
Yeah, that's pretty nasty.
Nasty follow-up shot on Mako.
Stek under perform bang. Udah sih udah.
Either way, you take that.
Udah berapa match ya Stek turut-turut ya? Turut terus. Kalau kalian lihat guys ya. Stek sini guys di zaman pas VCT belum Pasifik. Yang dia itu nge-ace clutch-nya si Paperrex. Itu ngeri Stek coy. Sekarang lagi turu guys. Udah berapa match dia turut coy. Ya nggak sih, ingat gak sih guys? Finish tuh FNS ya bang, iya ya benar. Ingat gak kalian guys, yang dia tuh, gue inget banget tuh momennya pas dia H class itu. Itu MM dia lagi gila itu guys, sekarang lagi kurang yang dibain, betul. Sekarang lagi kayak nggak tahu kenapa turun banget performanya si Stex, tapi nggak tahu sih. Mungkin dia IGL, balik lagi guys, kayak dulu BNK dulu IGL juga jarang kan dia top frag. Dia IGL pusing cok, kalau lu ngakol gitu lu harus baca posisi musuh, lu harus tahu musuh ada di mana, lu harus lihat di map musuh kelihatannya di mana aja. Susah cok jadi IGL cok. Lu harus ngontrol utility usage-nya teman-teman lu ya gak sih? Pusing tau cuy. Mako udah multi sih. Emang dari dulu IGL bukan stuck IGL, cuman mungkin sekarang lebih berat aja bebannya si Stex. Ini baru Bas. Gila apa bang, in-game leader yang apa jadi pemimpinnya gitu cok.
Crashies now just going to stay tucked away in link, holding on to that Vandal as best as he possibly can, and we are going to be tied up
masih di pick cok, masih Bas cok begitu cok. Gue sih nggak berani nge-pick ya begitu ya.
I love the way NRG played this round. I mean, it's a good Seekers here from Stax to really confirm this mid presence, to give Buzz the ability to really rotate back and prepare for this B hit a little bit better. That kind of helps DRX get set up for this, but I thought Buzz was dead to rights when he peeked that corner. I thought he was just done, and then he gets the collab. Right, unbelievable. I mean, just absolutely what a flick there as well from Buzz, and then RB quick with the follow-up. So good reaction, good communication between RB and Buzz there.
Oh minimal lag lah kocak. Oke, tunggu lag dong guys. Iya booster IGL yang ada M-nya gitu. Tapi kadang booster kalau lagi turu juga kadang turu tau dulu. Sekarang mendingan dia naik, kayak dia lumayan meningkat. M-nya dulu pas tahun lalu malah dia lebih turu. Sering banget bottom mereka kan booster.
We're tied up 3-3. We saw the time up Termi. Now we're tied up 4-4. That's going to be Chet calling one as well.
Capek bang, gara-gara kena reverse sweep. Ayo Mako Brimob, astaga.
Maybe wanting to make some minor corrections to these mid-round calls that have been coming through from NRG. Because like we said, they're looking good right up into the moment.
Peras besok bawa something nggak tahu guys.
Maybe he's got something to try to course correct.
Belum ada deh
some
something.
additional value. Maybe get some things early so that way when they do pivot, the's not that
full force 5
waiting for them on the opposite side of the map.
Kayak separuh jiwaku.
They did a pretty good job of that in the previous round. They had 3 players of DRX leaning towards A. They were kind of expecting them to maybe try to challenge that pit potentially off the back of that reckoning, but instead it's going to be
Victor emang energi dulu ya. Victor tuh Victor, Victor, Finesse sama Kreasis tuh emang ini guys, emang dulu kan optik sama Ye. Tapi dia dua orang keluar, dua orang nggak kepilih. Ye-nya keluar, dua orang nggak kepilih. C9 kemarin yang terakhir C9 kan. Si Foxy nggak dimainin, Cok. Marv ya, Marv. Marv kan ke Sentinel. Marv Sentinel. Optik dulu di C9 bareng mereka bertiga sama si Ardis, tapi nggak cocok kan keluar. Bisa terus masuklah si Som baru. Marv juga dulu carry, Cok. Optik kan nggak masuk ke franchise, makanya dia pindah. Ganti nama lah hitungannya, diakuisisi lah. Waduh, Mako tai bisa nge-spray gitu. CQ Amerika, Sentinel ada chance nggak? Kayaknya susah deh, Sentinel tuh lagi turu, Cok. Bener-bener turunya tuh bener-bener kagak bisa dapat prestasi loh anjing. Nggak dikasih main, Cok.
A little bit easier for him, but it's just going to be DRX holding it down. Finesse will come away with one. Success will fall. Victor and Finesse are going to be clear.
Ardis bang, Ye sih sebenarnya. Ardis masih di bawahnya Ye. Cuman semenjak di ini sih, Cok. Ardis dulu kan GG-nya pakai OP kan. Semenjak chamber di nerf sih, berubah gameplay mereka. Oh, kenapa turun bang? Lagi kurang, lagi nggak siap aja kali. Lagi mainnya nggak rapi, nggak siap, jadinya. Baru dibilangin Stacks turu langsung nge-kill 2, Cok.
Really nicely handled there by DRX, but now NRG back up to full strength with their weapons. Couple light armors here and there.
Sekarang tuh sebenarnya tim yang paling kencang-kencangnya itu EG. Kalau di turnamen ini guys ya, EG, Fnatic, gue bilang Paperrex sih so-so lah. Gak sekencang mereka. Cuman yang mengerikan itu EG, Cok. Demon One anjir lagi jadi highlight, Cok. Something dia masuk langsung jago. Exo stabil bang, stabil sih. Tapi dia gara-gara gak ada something nih, gue kesel banget, Cok. Ini kayak nggak 100% Paperrex gitu loh. EG lagi kuat banget anjir si Papi Culo tuh. Tim Liquid sih menurut gue sih mainnya rapi aja sih guys. Mainnya dia mainnya apa sih? Mainnya hati-hati guys ya. Gue lihat kemarin mainnya ya. Tim Liquid tuh mainnya hati-hati guys. Dia punya game stylenya Eropa banget yang hati-hati banget. Mainnya slow, nggak buru-buru. Main waktu, main timing.
Expects there's going to be another one in heaven. Tries to get ahead of the flash, plays it to perfection in that regard, but then Zest gets the counter swing. Shuts him down, and DRX will get a round stretch lead of 2. 6-4 with 2
Gua pun lihat gameplaynya si Demon One tuh ngeri anjir. Kayaknya lihat ntar ya. Kemarin tuh kayak gue suka muncul guys. Gue tuh awal-awal tuh muncul di gua guys. Awal tuh muncul di gua tuh di apa? Di homepage gue tuh tulisannya Demon One. Gue lihat anjing mainnya gila banget. Tiba-tiba masuk ke master anjing. Saif jumping nge-carry cuy. Iya Saif nge-carry juga sih.
Recently is the teamwork seems to be good, the coordination seems to be good, and maybe more importantly, the energy seems to be good today.
The energy? I thought you.
I didn't even do that on purpose.
I fully thought that you were doing that on purpose. I say, wow. I don't necessarily disagree. I do like some rotations to be posted, but as you're pointing out, DRX just have been getting some decent adjustments coming through so far, but still plenty more to be played out. And again, as we've seen in the past, these teams do like to go the distance versus one another. RB tucked away, not going to be spotted by the updrafts. Artist now, if you look at the drop in on top of his head, shots go in, he's looking for Mako, he will be able to take him down with the right click.
Klik kanan mah enak Cok, kalau merame. Kalau cuma satu orang mah pasti klik kanan nggak apa-apa, dapat senjata.
Trying to flush him out of this position, no one watching for him.
Timing.
Shot goes across, he's just trying to get anything that he possibly can before that lockdown comes through, but eventually has to pull back away.
Penting kenapa nggak main? Visanya belum menjadi, Cok.
Trailblazer out, sees one, knives pulled, just one remaining. But RB mows down 3 players. Dash into the corner. Buzz trying to stay safe. Finesse has now shown his hand. They know that he's in behind, and now he's all alone. Creeping around the back with a stinger, the spike not planted for him. RB looking for a fourth, not going to be able to find it. But Buzz will be able to stabilize the spray at the very end to take him out. And now move it up by 3, 7-4.
Bas, aimnya getar guys.
Starting to look dicey, but Finesse just unable to
Dia nggak mungkin, dia kenapa nggak mainin? Nggak mungkin masalah dia nggak pengen main ataupun Paperrex nggak mainin dia guys. Cuma ada satu masalahnya pasti ya kalau nggak Bisa.
To scoot past the players of NRG during that lockdown, able to get to the edge of it, and it gets there undetected, allows him to stay alive. It finds a great double kill on that swing, 17-5 right now.
I was just about to point it out.
Tapi Eropa kuat sih coy, Eropa dua-duanya masih di upper bracket ya. Tim Liquid sama Fnatic masih di atas coy, belum turun-turun. Kalau nggak bisa COVID, ya tapi COVID kayak hitungannya udah nggak ada nggak sih? Lu pilek doang sekarang hitungannya guys, nggak ada COVID sih setahu gue.
Brilliant not only in his individual
Kok penting banget di game anjir. Mako emang penting lah anjir. Dia tulang punggung juga anjir. Dia kan jarang dia sering banget bot frag. Bot frag lagi sering banget apa top frag dia.
RB trying to get himself swung in the dugout. Swing in from Artis. RB finds another headshot. Mako cleans up crash. She sprays through to find Sam.
Lihat Mako, Cok.
Oh, and that's just
lu
nasty.
Dia punya apa? Dia punya apa sih? Pemikiran ngetembak ke situnya, Cok.
Nano swarms already burned through. Post plant util down to 2 bites. The dog goes on the chase. The rush comes in from Mako. Victor will shut him down a bit, but that takes so much damage. And it leaves Finesse all on his lonesome. The bite coming through, but he's going to be caught with util in hand, and the bite went a little bit too deep. Defuse comes in. It's an 8-4 half for the side of DRX.
This is phenomenal for DRX. I mean,
gua rasa Fnatic bakal kuat lawan tuh tim tergantung sih makanya menurut gua guys kayak lu banyak yang bilang bang tenang bang Fnatic kelemahannya melawan tim-tim yang W Gaming ya kita lihat sih apakah mereka masih bisa kita W Gamingin atau emang Fnatic udah mempunyai anjing enak banget duduknya begitu apa atau mungkin Fnatic udah siapin strat wah Paperrex bakal W nih caranya begini nih gitu gue nggak tahu sih mungkin ada strat-stratnya cuman let's see guys ya kan Paperrex sekarang lagi W Gaming banget nih kayak ketemu TL betul W Gaming tuh apaan bang? Lu mainnya tuh nggak main nunggu langsung gas gitu loh guys.
Yeah, exactly. And the performance that we're seeing from them.
Gue penasaran sih ngeliat itunya, ngeliat stylenya mereka gimana cara defend orang yang majunya maju nggak mundur-mundur anjing.
Sometimes it's RB being the best strongholder that we had in the competition.
You know, it really felt like NRG was doing a great job at getting like 3/4 of the way there, and then they would just get stuffed. And yeah, it took some heroics like this round here off the post plant. This really felt like one of the few instances in which they were able to get the spike down and they were able to maintain control. DRX caused so many problems in either.
Sekarang soalnya Paperrex sudah gameplaynya udah banyak banget guys. Nggak kayak dulu kan Paperrex gameplaynya cuma maju nggak pakai mundur. Sekarang gameplaynya banyak. Bisa kadang slow sebentar, ngebait ke A, terus ke B-nya W gitu. Ada juga cok.
It wasn't that NRG was necessarily handling things poorly.
Sekarang tuh udah banyak banget.
80% of the round felt like it was being played fine. Well, some might even say, but beyond that, the last 20% is where
udah disiplin menurut gue guys ya. Udah gampang lah. Udah misalnya kalau W nggak berhasil, mereka akan coba cara lain harusnya gitu. Maju. Hati-hati. Hebat uang. Hati-hati. Paperrex tembakannya nggak ada yang goyang juga sebenarnya ada juga guys yang goyang guys. Yang lagi stabil tuh si Jing sama Davai. 4 second lagi kadang iya banget, kadang enggak banget. Kemarin lagi enggak kan tuh yang map kedua. Untung menang guys. Dapai lagi panas banget guys. Dapai main freak lagi naik turun juga kan. Cigares sih biasa aja nggak naik turun kan baru match pertama belum kelihatan. Aron lagi naik turun coy. Cuman kemarin lagi naik. Sebelumnya kan agak turun. Pas ada kalau ada something biasanya Aron nggak gitu kelihatan banget nembaknya. Tapi utilnya aja udah smokernya jalan. Pelangnya jalan udah.
If they can wake up, and that's what we want. We want to see this run back.
PUBG udah kemarin panas coy, dia tahu guys peran dia tuh di saat something nggak ada dia harus bantu timnya. Kemarin kalau something nggak carry tuh. Tapi kelas mulu bang. Kemarin kan gue bilang. Pas sebelumnya kan kurang.
Yeah, absolutely. And I never ever count any team that FNS is.
Karena pas di Asia malah kurang sih menurut gue guys. Agak turun performanya. Kemarin di Master lumayan guys naik. Dia tahu kali something nggak main. Jadi kayak kita harus panas semuanya nih katanya gitu lah. Maka dia panas, Davai panas, Jing panas, udah lah. Itu ada titik aman 3 orang panas ya. Final juga close kok pas nge-per.
I'm going to have to see that one in a replay, but I believe he just might have had that fully blind through the wall, just playing off of expected timing and game sense. I don't know. Either way, that's going to be an initial kill coming down. This is dealt with. Buzz, however, going to be traded out on the opposite sides, and the team now without their jets. Crashies on the flank, creeping up. RB seeming like he's going to be reading this one, but cannot win on the battle. Crashies, however, runs out of bullets and will be taken down. That brings us back now into a 3v3. Some on the approach, working his way through from Art. Flash going across. Mako now getting set up in mid for his post-plant util, but needs to send it pretty damn
kalau
soon.
defendingnya enak banget Harbor, Cok. Harbor bikin defense jadi enak banget, guys.
NRG flood back into the site. They take the pistol round that they so desperately need.
Yeah, this is just great awareness here
Yeah,
from
sih.
NRG.
Defend jadi defuse gampang banget, Cok, ada Harbor.
Huge 1v1 against Buzz. A little bit of a nano swarm involved in that affair, but that kind of allows NRG to stabilize a little bit.
All right, RB.
Ardi sesel tuh.
I mean, just absolutely insane the way he's playing here.
Bobo kalah. Enggak sih, kayak ini kayak menang di DRX sih map pertama.
And Mako isn't playing counterflank here. He's playing for the lineup that you were just talking about, Achilles. He's going into mid to use that snake bite. Instead, it just didn't matter. They all lost at the point of attack there. So now DRX on the eco. Sheriff, couple frenzies.
Karena itu North Asia, mana ada kocak.
Really favors the frenzies.
RB 19 sendiri, Bang. RB panas, Cok, kalau defender, Cok.
Many of you have seen RB.
Mukanya Som kok mirip Harbor, Bang. Mana ada kocak.
Pretty insane moments with those. Marshall, couple
Pines biasanya comeback sih Pines. Gak ini kayaknya nggak comeback, Cok.
See what they can get done. This Buzz is just waiting around this corner for seeing if maybe NRG try to get aggressive.
Dimajuin sama Som anjing.
Play through this one. Artist, however, holding forward, looks for that follow-up shot, has the dash away, is going to be noted. Mako in the meantime, and Buzz going to be taken out by Som over the opposite side of the map. That clears out that east side, and oh my god, what a swap to the classic! Artist just knocking down Zest and keeping them in this one for a potential flawless. Over the top, RB will be able to get it in the end, so not quite, but only the Marshall left on the ground. The Stingers, the Bulldog, the Spectre all saved. NRG will be able to win that anti-eco. Can they convert this next one, pick up that win, and bring it to within one? That could be enough to crush the DRX.
Absolutely. And Artist maybe getting a little bit overconfident with the no-scopes there with the Marshall. I mean, I know it's very accurate on the no-scoping, but getting over to that classic in time to find a kill. So DRX finds a few kills here and there, but a Phantom is going to be invested for NRG.
Line up apa nih, guys?
Extra cash to spare. DRX, of course, going to be on their near full buy. Start trying to cascade their way towards B. Is definitely DRX is a team that plays B simulator on this map, as you talked about earlier. This is a team that really likes to hammer home on this site. Really likes to set up for post plants deep here, up by the screens. And let's see if they're going to be able to find much. Turret for contact off of Buzz. Their only response here is a little bit of utility.
It looks like just given the silence on the opposite side of the map, though, do they want to pull back off this position, or are they going to end up going to B? Buzz just drifts away for a little bit of a moment.
Bisa, Cok.
They want to wait and see what info they get relayed from Mako and RB, who are going on an expedition through Art at the moment.
There were some smokes
besok atau
over on
minggu
the other
depan
side by
sih, gue nggak tahu deh ada breaking nggak sih?
NRG to think this might be towards B still. So they're kind of still mostly keeping their feet planted at B, trying to lock down that area.
Oh, they're starting to work their way
Tadi
over towards Artist.
19, 20, 21. Oh nggak, lanjut terus guys, nggak ada break.
Damage now. He's getting a sense of it. Gun out, dash out.
Langsung guys, gue kira ada break ya.
Damage, but manages to keep himself alive as well to boot. Quick clear on the Trailblazer. Counter swing from Zest a little bit too late to try to find the punish. Crashies now sending out the hog from RB entering, manages to find one. Crashies though. Gets himself down. Finds one, looks for a second. Gets the follow-up spray onto the corpse. Mako now going to be taken out. Crashies finds a third. Doug was asking for the impact. It is being found. Spike now going to be planted. He's looking to push out of the cove. 30 HP in a dream. Crashies. Surely he can't find more. Surely his job is already done. It's already good enough, and I think it just might be, because now Zest gets taken down and stacks the IGL on his lonesome, and he won't be able to find anything more. NRG will take this round for themselves. The bonus is theirs, and they now do bring it within one off the back of the heroics from Crashies.
Yeah, just beautiful stuff here from Crashies, going back and forth around that box on the A site, just causing headaches for DRX. Just absolutely brilliant. I mean, the reactions here, the double dinks with that stinger, just nuts. DRX.
Bas, kenapa nih Bas? Aduh, Bas lagi underperform, Cok.
since they go for the halves. I see a couple
Masukin
Bulldogs,
Foxinan nggak sih
Marshall.
nih?
It looks like they're going to drop the Marshall.
Foxinan sih menurut gue guys harus
And the
masukin,
Judge
Cok.
here on the Buzz.
Bro, kalau RB
Got
doang
the
yang main
Reckoning
begini, Cok.
possessed, so this might be a fast hit on the B.
Oh, it's RB as well. They want Buzz with that Judge for the entry power. Oh, he might not get the opportunity. Will get knocked down to 73 HP. Stacks with the healing, however. Should be able to top him back up, and yeah, will do so. G, though, starting to back away, but the rotation's also starting to come in. Crashy's now making his way over towards the B site.
You haven't had any contact or any other utility in any other part of the map. Now with that Reckoning in particular here, High Tide coming up to set up for this entry for DRX. Buzz going to go right for the Hall.
Got an additional stun out on the fence as well, but he's going to start creeping back forward. Goes for the spray. They know that they're playing close. Stacks gets the timing, swings in. Not many bullets left in that Phantom, though. Has to go for the reload and has to back away around the corner. The lockdown now going to be committed in. Hall broken through. Buzz unable to find any value other than a little bit of damage, a smattering of it with that Judge. Will put Crashies down to 14, but eventually NRG do have to back away. They have to respect the lockdown. They pull out. Time still dwindling, but still plenty to go. The second snake bite now going to be let loose. Nano in hand. RB sends it as well. Desperately trying to pop that one, and he will be able to make it happen before they can clear it. Head spotted. Mako taking down Artis up on top. Managing to find one. The tap, the hold starting to come through on the spike. Victor and Artis going to be cleaned up. Stacks with a third. Leaving Crashies on 14 all on his lonesome, and he just does not have the time to play through this. Stacks will find 4. And DRX will once again separate themselves from our energy.
Udah B aja sih, B udah paling enak guys. Bisa post plan, udah. Lu pasang B. Post plannya banyak banget anjing itu. Dia ada Killjoy, ada Mako.
Keep things as difficult as possible for your opponents. It's a good entry here, a good delay on this take by DRX, kind of backpedaling just enough to wait for some of that responsive utility from the side of NRG to get into the site, to get a little bit of comfort and get the plant down. And RB gets that lockdown in as well to really give themselves a great opportunity.
Sama bocil Valorant.
Get blinded a little bit, goes for the right click.
Fuck Artis.
Needs some damage. Goes for 25. Buzz is looking for more, and he will be able to find 3. Only has lost. The Seekers now let loose to try to find the remaining 2 players. Finesse going to be noted nice and early here. Across. Oh, what is that shot? Buzz with the fadeaway. That one for the ace on the hunt. He's looking for Victor. Buzz is out for blood. Victor's got the advantage on the peak, and he will be able to win out the fight. But from there,
ace tapi nggak
has to
dapat.
back away. That's going to be DRX getting the double digits.
Well, this is just so scary now for NRG. The economy's very much in shambles.
It's split. I mean, Sam and Artis, the 2 with some cash here, but
yeah,
a carryover from Victor. They should be able to put something decent together, but it's still going to be not full power.
We'll just give Crashies another stinger. That's I think that's a pretty pretty good answer, it seems like. But no, man, I mean, this is just, if Buzz could start to come alive as well for DRX, you know, Mako, RB have been really solid. But if Buzz as well can really start to heat up on that jet, he struggles
Valorant
a little bit
gitu
on that
guys ya.
raise at
Lot
times,
aja bisa
as we
kalah
saw
guys.
in their
Fnatic bisa
previous
juga kalah
matchup
sih.
against
Kita nggak
Paperrex.
tahu.
But on the jet, man, you and I have seen it time and time again. This guy can absolutely destroy once he starts getting the feel for himself, once he starts getting the comfort underneath him. And look at this, down to 25 right off the rip. Now he does get the heal from Stacks throughout this, but that is just wicked
this one,
good.
That one right there, just a pixel out of place, and Finesse just trying to get that bite to go for some further delay. It ends up costing him, and that's a back-to-back 4Ks from 2 different members on the side of the DRX. Stacks the round prior, and then Buzz coming in as well to damn near double his kills that he had going into it. But this is going to be NRG now calling their second timeout, trying to find some stability, keep their heads above the water, and run this one back
Valorant sih,
to steal
kadang
it
lu
away
main
from
kayak
DRX.
kadang main kayak
We
kentang.
gotta be
Iya
thinking
betul.
here as
Epic game
NRG,
FPS rata-rata
maybe
begitu
it's
sih.
time to
Emang CS:GO nggak gitu guys.
faster for the retakes.
Bahasa
DRX
sama
hasn't
deh.
been throwing much in the way of curveballs here in the last couple of rounds. They've just been kind of out-dueling NRG at the point. They've been really trying to just attack them on the sites, just kind of break them open, and do what they like to do, get set up for those post plants. That didn't even need to happen in this round because Buzz just went crazy, but yeah, I'll be really curious how NRG wants to approach this. Maybe it's time to try to get a lurk through mid. I haven't seen a ton of attention by
Fnatic
DRX.
main nggak Barrier ini? Fnatic besok guys, besok jam 1.
Well, if they do want to try to pull the trigger on a
Gila, RB sama
has to
Victor
retake,
contoh fragnya
that
anjing.
Reckoning from Sam is available, so maybe if that spike goes down, they just immediately reply with it. Maybe they even use it, in advance to try to just stop them from getting into the site, lock them in once they've now
Tuh, Stacks udah
committed to
nggak turun,
going for
Stacks,
that
Cok.
plan.
Yang
Just
turun
try to
Z
get those
sekarang
stuns
sama Mako
up,
anjing.
try to get the clean up there onto the site. Either way, Victor also one away from having that lockdown available, which could be absolutely paramount in NRG turning this around.
And the concerning part is here, you know, if you drop this round as kind of expected as NRG with the weaker purchase, and if you lose the follow-up round, then DRX is on map point and your economy is still a little bit shaky. Now they are going to carry over a fair amount of money.
Full rotate off Vanessa's call.
Yes, I love this.
They got the orb, they have the lockdown, and now everybody's going to be in position. Buzz up over the top of the screen, spots one, and Sam strikes him down. Finds the kill, Sam going to be traded out. Still plenty of tools to work through though. Crashies, you're talking about the stinger. He puts it to use, finds Dax, Mako going to be eliminated. Crashies gets a second, and now it's all on RB. Somehow, someway try to defend this one versus 4 hungry members of NRG. Just now get themselves over onto the spike, swing out. Finesse will be the one to finish the job. The timeout will work a treat. They only lose 1 for their troubles. Upgraded weapons, and NRG are right back in the driver's seat.
It's beautiful. It's exactly what I wanted to see. The fast retake, off of the contact from DRX. Just know that DRX has just been, you know, W King basically towards these sites. Just go for him and just get in there. The stinger, everything going NRG's way in this round. And it's because of the changeup they make during this timeout. Just really good read here onto DRX's tendencies. Now let's see what DRX is going to do in response. Now I need to see some trickery here from DRX. I need to see a little bit of attention paid towards mid. Try to push and pull the forces of energy. Don't give them the opportunity to kind of play like they did in that last round, especially with the lockdown and some of these other ults.
Flash in on either side. Don't think anything really noted from the side of DRX as far as that flash is concerned. And Artist this time will get the better of Buzz. Takes him down, doesn't need too much damage. That's going to be DRX having to concede this space. Talking about aggression, wanting to see it. Well, NRG happy to show. Is Victor continuing the jiggle here, back hall. Mako.
Majunya terlalu maju guys, overpick dia. Majunya sampai ujung situ.
From here. Otherwise, I thought maybe Mako in a wider position would have an opportunity to find a punish there onto the enemy KJ.
But the turret's been up here for RB, so he knows that mid is relatively free. He's going to start pushing through. There's nobody right now except that turret there to check for him. Here comes the hit from DRX. They're getting set up here. High Tide's going to come up. That's going to use that cascade as well. Victor going to respond with a quick lockdown potentially.
But not far enough in to try to find him. Spamming around, lockdown now going to be invested. Zest wants to get the plant in advance before he has to back out. He will be able to do so. Exits back out to safety. Stacks with a little bit of extra healing, can try to keep him back into this one. As the Reckoning is also going to be invested on the back end, so they really want to try to slow energy down, stop them from being able to get presence on the site, and try to get this retake started.
Oh, look at Artis. He is
RB now going to be noted by the Seeker. Up close. Finesse looks like he wants to try to flush him. Stack's going to be distracted by the Seeker, but still somehow wins out on Victor, just a bit whiffy as both Killjoys going to be taken down. Tap onto the spike. Crashies looking to break this one in. Bring this back is Zest. Quick check, finds Artist, but now 24 HP. Turns from the flash, tries to get to the opposite side of the wall, but Crashies has already seen far too much. It takes him down, and it's just enough time to go ahead and get the defuse across. Energy within touching distance.
Come back,
9-10, one more round to tie us up yet again.
I mean, this is just oh so close for the side of NRG. Crashies on point, doing a phenomenal job here. Able to take down Stacks, flash through. Able to just see Zest.
Boring, mandi dulu Bang Rio. Belum mandi nih.
That's not able to turn that
kopi kali guys ya.
Pop flash.
Udah lama nggak ngopi guys. Ngopi kali ya. Kita buat gym guys kalian guys.
NRG in that round. 13, 13, and 11 on the score line. Opting out for Artist. But yeah, those Seekers as well. You know, at least giving the information that RB was still lurking there. And Artist on that long flank, even though it's dealt with by Zest.
Okay.
Makes it just a little bit more difficult. Yeah, timeout here for DRX. This is a good idea now. Let's take some time. Let's push and pull the map. Let's not send anybody too deep early. Let's not lose Buzz off the rip there, you know, to Artist or something like that. Let's take our time a little bit here is what I'd like to see.
Well, we'll see what they have in mind for this one. As we were getting a look at their Buzz, no money, just, you know, kind of buying for his teammates, getting himself armored up. He's going to be going for that Blade Storm in this round to see if he can find some solid impact. Termi still wants to pump the brakes. He does not want to allow energy to get
Termi.
Wants to put another step towards closing out this map. For energy, winning out here that momentum has been on their side, that would give them 3 rounds in a row and no more timeouts.
Tapi kalian ini nggak sih guys? Kalian paling suka tuh, paling seru ngeliat match yang mana guys? EDG sekarang ya seru ya. Soalnya Kangkangnya gila ya tadi. Tadi Kangkang panas saya guys si EDG. Gua nge-play guys di sebelah ranjang gua nge-play. Tapi gua tidur.
Again, what you expect from this matchup.
Terus seru yang mana guys? Yang seru-seru lagi guys. EDG selalu seru bang. Iya seru ya EDG ya. Si Kangkang gila ya. Oh Kangkang tadi kurang. Oh temennya hebat yang gila. EG juga gila sih gue. EG juga seru sih liatnya sih. Demon One ngeri anjing. Banyak nge-clutch mulu.
They're hitting the go button on this one potentially. Cascade up.
Nggak sama Paperrex.
Stack's just gonna grab the orb. He's one away from those seekers. They might go to try to now.
Paperrex pas di Pacific doang berarti. Sekarang kan belum ada something guys.
Might have just been noted, but okay, Mako. Yeah, just tucking to the corner. Says, yeah, there's an artist there, and he's got an off. Poison orb going to be thrown in. They'll look the flash. They know he's not going to be playing it too far forward now, but do they continue to try to press him? Do they really risk this?
Yeah, flash to confirm that he had backed off.
Oh, something boleh Paperrex something nggak ada gergetan bang.
Kinda get the angle here, artist.
Jason udah nggak barbar banget kayak dulu anjir.
One knife already thrown. There's on the cloud burst. Updraft over the top. The flash to try to escort him out.
Gila boros banget utility-nya coy, udah pakai semua coy itu jetnya.
He's playing around, playing wildly with these updrafts, trying to make them really second guess what position he's going to be in should they continue to approach this B site. Meanwhile, Mako, utilizing the poison orb, has managed to creep his way up through Link.
I really love you.
Som's aware of this, but he doesn't win out the fight. Mako just crouching through, gets that kill. Will be taken down by Finesse on the opposite side. Updraft over the top, Buzz gets that kill. Crashy's good for 1. RB as well now fallen. As Crashy starts to push up, making his way through Link. Flash goes through, spray comes out, not going to be making any contact. Buzz, opposite recover that operator here for himself. Just going to be holding, staring towards Link. Seekers now let loose, going on the hunt. Noting all 3 remaining players from the side of NRG who need the clutches 1 out if they want to tie things up.
Viper's pit as well, a whiff.
They do have that if he can get the position. It's another whip here. Buzzo does manage to make that last knife work. Jumps out around the side, puts a little bit of damage down. 1 tap onto Victor. NRG, they're running out of time. They need to make something happen now. Feels like it's far too late as Finesse just eats that full flash coming across. Tap onto the spike. Victor trying to get Finesse into a great spot. What a readjustment! The shot, the follow-up! Finesse! He gets it done! NRG pull the rug out from beneath DRX. They steal away the round. And they tie it up at 10-10.
The hero play comes from maybe an unexpected place, but it's NRG's Finesse with the craziest transfer with that Phantom. Absolutely nuts to readjust back down to the pillar and get the headshot onto Stacks.
Oh my goodness.
Good God. That is nasty.
Good.
Unbelievable stuff there.
Bas lagi turu banget. Iya ya, Bas tuh udah berapa hari ini turu, Cok. Tuh gue bilang, dia tuh lagi nggak panas.
You know, again though, Buzz getting just a little bit whiffy at the wrong time.
Well, in we go. It's another rush play coming through. A 1-for-1 so far. Art is going to be taken down. Crashies noted, but it's just a bloodbath. As both sides going to be losing out on 2 players. But that's now starting to creep across over towards A.
Oh, jangan lagi, Cok.
It's Lonesome with the op in hand. Mako in the meantime splitting across, just hovering in shops, trying to see if there's any forward lurk coming through. Perhaps try to investigate the B side a little bit more, but
ya hujan, Cok. Aku mau pesan kopi gimana hujan anjing?
Finesse really wants to steer them away from A.
And the thing is, if they start making their way over there,
nggak boleh nge-gym gua, Cok. Hujan, Cok.
Be able to cut through and get the plant down, depending on, of course, Victor. He's got all of his Killjoy utility set up over there. Nanos towards the long B side. The turret, though, to keep track of mid.
Wah, Som kalau dapat lagi sih, tai sih.
Be taking space. Oh boy.
Getting another the answers. Yes, Stacks just walks right into the crosshair, and Som jumps back through. Keeps himself nicely tucked away. RB. How far does he go to try to hunt this one down? He is going to be the spike carrier. Timing a bit off, but Som, for him, it's absolute perfection.
Ini kenapa satu-satu ya lewatnya ya?
Strikes and Mako falls. RB now all alone. Knows that Finesse is going to be hovering in that pit somewhere. How does he want to play this one out?
Yeah. 10 seconds.
Goes for a quick check. The alarm bot Heard by Finesse, the plant now coming down. Victor will start rotating over. RB, he's been clutch, he sees him. The shoulder for a moment at the pit will get dropped. But they should know he's gonna be secret. Maybe he could try to wrap around.
DRX ulang sih anjing.
Otherwise, it's the back site. He's completely surrounded. And RB needs to try to find a way somehow to miraculously separate all three players of Energy and take these as 1v1s. The first challenge, and he's good for it. Cuts him down, a 4K, and Energy will claim the lead.
Just crazy patient stuff here. Sam doing such a good job of reading the movements and the rotations of DRX. They try to readjust to come through short, through Art. He's ready for it. Finds the timing as Mako's trying to cross again.
Gila cok nih orang.
Phenomenal shot there. Sam just fully expecting the position of RB around that corner. That is going to be Energy back in the lead.
Not only that, it's Energy in the lead and DRX's economy broken down a bit. You can see they're assessing what they can go for. And it looks like they are going to invest down. The two Spectres, Bulldog, just a Vandal in the hands of Buzz. He needs to put it to good use. So he wants to keep them in this one, but Artis has got that operate on the opposite side. He's just one away from the Blaze as well. Full flash will force out the dash, so some value going to be found here with the util usage from DRX. They're still no closer to the B site.
NRG was thinking about rotating. I could see Sam.
Aku nggak melek ini ya guys ya, kalah ya.
The brakes just enough to give themselves enough space. Get this reckoning down. Gonna use that Trailblazer as well.
I mean, you suspect that Mako has to invest a pit here as well. Daze does come through, stops Artis from peeking on the corner a little bit more. As the answering reckoning now going to be invested. Buzz, does he get away from the sun? I don't believe he does. Stacks going to be taken down. The Cove going to be broken. The plan just now coming through. They are all revealed. And it is all a disaster for DRX. Mako now the last man standing. The pit's still here. They're spraying through the screen, trying to find him. The HP dwindling down. The bite's already burned. They haven't tapped the spike quite just yet. Crash is just healing them up as they back off. They start to advance forward. They're just completely and utterly surrounding him, and eventually they will flush him out. Crashies gets the kill, some gets the defuse, hands it off to Artis to get the blades online, and Energy will take this now to map point.
Just brilliant stuff. I mean,
comeback to DRX,
to pump the brakes. They bought themselves enough space to at least get towards the site, try to get that plant down, but pretty quickly. The utility comes out from Crashies, the Seekers, the guiding lights to really start clearing space, pushing DRX back.
So it feels too late, trying to go for the plant, not having that pit already down.
Yeah.
To make it that much more difficult to find the plant and to find Zest in that moment, it ends up coming to bite them in the rear. Because of the half armor buys and whatnot, DRX still will be able to afford a last one, but they need to win this. They need to take it now into overtime. Because remember, this started out as an 8-4 half for them with the advantage. Energy on this defending side, though, it's just been so clean.
They've been just immaculate.
Melek, Mako,
melek. Able to string together. It's been all NRG, just having them read like a book. Now Artis with the op.
Couple shots through the screen. They really suspect that he's going to be in this position. Oh, notes one. Dash away. It looks like he did spot that Buzz was going to be in a forward spot. Buzz just cannot get the punish. Artis bonking his head. Still manages to make it out. Mako and RB will start to approach here through the link. Cutting their way down. Looks like it's going to be the B site once again. And Artis is thinking about going for this aggro swing. Shorty in hand. Shot still flying. No commit quite just yet. Cove down. The spike's starting to get planted. Victor, however, finds the opening kill. A lockdown now going to be invested. RB trying to drive them away. We'll start backing off. This one covers the entire tunnel. And then it's used from mid, so they have to pull way off the site and then try to go for the retake, but they still have the man advantage. And Artis now pops the blades. Mako a bite to try to delay, but he's not playing for a post plant. He's playing forward.
Delay might be just enough for DRX.
Back up, Mako readjusts. Here's the footsteps, sends out a shot, but now they know he's playing on the corner. He does manage to catch one, says with covering fire, will find Artis. Cove in, the tap of the spike. Victor gets one, Crashies goes down, and suddenly it stacks. The IGL, the captain, to try to keep them alive, and in this game, finds one, finds two, but he cannot get the third, but the time has already dwindled. Victor with a 4K cannot escape. The clutch is there for Stacks. It keeps the hopes alive a little bit more here for the fans. as they bring it now 1 round away from overtime.
I mean, that delay stacking here from DRX is just enough. That Molly, that Mako throws there, right underneath Evan, might have been the one. That might have been the one that bought this round win. Of course, Stacks, an absolutely just insane double kill there. We saw it earlier from FNS, the IGL.
Udah mau closing aja, udah puter lagu. Iya coy ya.
For DRX, you can see Stacks didn't even know.
Udah puter lagu dia anjir.
If he had it or not, he was not sure at all. That snake bite is deep.
Just looking to try to get that catch, that vulnerable punish across the map over towards A. Should they go for the crunch? But instead, it looks like, I mean, you're mentioning this, not a lot of attention being paid to mid.
Yes.
DRX.
Oh, kata gue main mid sih.
Good time to do it. Better late than never here to try to put some pressure onto NRG. They've been really attacking the wings.
Oh, ini map yang lama. Iya, kan kalau di Master Toki belum pakai map baru, guys. Belum pakai.
Doesn't find its mark. And now DRX has some extra space, has some extra time. And this one looking to be a potential pretty fast hit off the back of this Trailblazer with Buzz leading the way.
Yeah, they're working their way through the rotations now. Going to be
Buzz bingung banget. Ani mau kemana dia?
Have that cutting side in lockdown. So we're not seeing deep takes here from the side of DRX. They're not pushing themselves forward towards Secret, towards Flowers. This time they are playing back. Lockdown. Can put that into such a forward spot now. Try to play this one out and end the game. Victor says, excuse me, Som. Need to get into that corner. Places it. Turns his sights back towards water to see if anyone's going on that deep flank, but as we can see, they are not at all. Fight from Finesse to try to cut them off. The hold to half. Already a fantastic start here for NRG to try to close this one out. Flash is flying there off the spike. Buzz not able to turn that flash. Eats the full one. Mako gonna be good for one, but a flood of kills come in for both sides. But suddenly it's down to a 1v1. He knows it's held to half. He's just gonna hold it. Artis just sticks to it like glue, and RB cannot find the shot through that cloudburst. And NRG, after being down 4-8 in the first half, will run it back 13-11 to take away DRX's map pick.
I mean, as good as RB has been on this map there, with not much time remaining, Artis able to stick it and find the win there. Almost pushing it to overtime was DRX, but this is exactly what we expected. An unbelievable back and forth map. Both teams playing so well on their defender side, but NRG just that much better. Once again, as DRX now, of course, go over to Haven, but that's a map that NRG in the past, when they were Optic, when they were Envy, has had DRX's number on. They do a really good job against them on that map, especially FNS, the way he calls that map, the way he pushes and pulls DRX around there. When they're on their defender's side, it's really, really good.
Yeah, and we've only seen it from DRX once at this event. They were able to get a win. That was versus Foot, to keep themselves alive and be able to continue to run to make it here into the playoff bracket. Do they decide to change things up? Because they have shown different comps on the past. They went back to bread and butter versus Foot. Do they just stick with what has worked? Do they try to surprise us here now that
justru di bareng Foxy9, tapi gue rasa sih enggak juga sih. Kalau Foxy9 masuk, duelistnya tuh jadi ini guys, jadi ngeri. Openingnya kayaknya duelist tuh lebih pakem si Foxy9 daripada Buzz.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, but we'll see if DRX can bounce back, man.
A brutal position to be in. Now needing the reverse sweep here against NRG. NRG just one map away from keeping themselves alive. We're going to go to a break. We'll have the desk break down the action. And it will continue, so do not go anywhere.
Jauh sih di sini mainnya RB. Cocok. Map 2 nih bos. Tuh gue pengen liat Kangkang cok. Valorant.
我现在也是全球范围全球里面最出名的那个 Jetta， 所以说我尊重他，但是我一点都不害怕他。
I mean, I'm also one of the best jets all over the world, so I respect him a lot, but I'm not afraid of him at all.
Awesome. Thanks so much and good luck today.
Curious to see what ends up happening with like
Cool, but him all the loss to each. How far they can make it.
yeah, that is the best.
Attack. Next set of bans were split in Haven, so decider map will be bind with loud on attack. Okay, good luck to you both.
Bye guys. Good luck. Good luck.
They might have something.
Now they're going to approach.
Double pump.
Just going to leave him posted up with the operator. EDG
Open.
side rubble.
Double pump.
Kakak mirip Bridget pas di napos bang.
EDG love doing this as well. When he has the op, when you have the Blade Storm, they're happy to let him play his own game, be a distraction.
They still need to break this 3-man push. Not easy at all. Spam comes in, doesn't find what they want.
Loh, terus kenapa pakai neon ya si ini ya? Kenapa pakai jet ya? Aspas kenapa jadi neon sih anjir?
It is Stingers, it's Guardians, it's Sheriffs.
Bingung gua nggak tahu kenapa Aspas udah jetnya udah ngiri banget coba mainnya cuy.
Is going to come in, showing they've got a little bit of space towards that B side. Oh, that could be huge. It's not. It doesn't actually find any of the targets. They scatter on the other side. Can getting a little bit more interested and maybe a little too aggressive on this. Zadak's going to find it. And that would be an operator to hand if they really fancy it. Smoggy going to try and pick up the challenge. The adjustment on the spray from nobody is lovely. Expecting TWOs on that swing. Now the last two are going to find it very difficult to find value here. These rifles just way better situated. Chichu tucked in the corner. Got to be careful. Still a range where it could work. Left with a belter. Good trade for Chichu. That's expecting Howdong. Oh, just off on it there. There's got to be a pause, Mike. There has to be a pause here.
It does. EDG are dictating the tempo so well, but Loud, I think, just a little too cautious to address one of the extremities. Take some space away. I feel like EDG just have so many options here. Again, Loud maintaining rubber control, yes. Other than that pace change in the opener, they did force their way onto A site.
Wow, no timeout.
Aspas suruh lagi anjir.
They've got plenty of ults to play with, still a buy in hand. Maybe they feel
Getar gitu kenapa sih?
they've got to do it though. Paranoia going to come in, deep smoke as well. Aspas once again going to control this this space. But those late leans back in towards B have been working very well for EDG if they don't get that initial pick or that, you know, progress towards the
Nanti menang belum besok. Nanti upper bracketnya besok guys. Upper bracket semifinal berarti ya.
They force through with a trailblazer.
Yeah, deeper flash. They might, right? They have to. They have to test what's behind that smoke. Adjustment on the setup short from less, but I don't think it's going to really deny much. Smoggy's already off. He's got the support there, but Tui's lands a great shot. That's going to keep that B side safe. There's the fight we were looking for.
Finally taking that space back, and at the right time on the back of that B side contact. Smoggy a little. Well, the last bullet adjustment there. Nobody going to find less.
I'm a little nervous they're overextending on this. Did Howdong even get checked? No, but he's going to clear it out quite quickly. And it is 3 very dangerous players currently. Kangkang still alive, has that option.
Ring final tanggal berapa pancnya 21 kalau nggak salah.
With less down.
Yeah, but Tui's was great on this cross. But he's been red.
Punya orang emang sakit dah.
Tahu
Tahu lo ada orang situ anjing.
A little bit of room to work with now. Going to get a little bit further ahead. He has to be integral to this round. And he's willing to take the space. He's being audacious with it. No plant yet either. They're waiting for that pick, but they're just not going to be giving it.
Dapat nih.
Discipline being shown by Lau.
Dapat satu nih dia.
Double stack towards the A side connector. Still trying to hold this, keep some avenue safe. Smoke going to go in as well, try and deny some of that push-up coming in from that A site. But you can see the utility coming back out from Loud. They want to try and forge a path, but time's starting to tick now. They do need to start working in. Oh, gets popped. He's looking for it. Shorty in hand. It's nobody to find him. Oh, Tui, Sadak, great work together. How much can you do? Not enough. Sadak. Yeah, deep breath from Sadak there. That got very close.
It's like Sadak's
berarti emang kurang ya. Kangkang kurang di match ini kurang sebenarnya guys. Tapi menang loh guys. Kangkang aja nggak lagi panas menang loh cok.
Time elapses here, and EDG, like I said, they go. I don't know as well, and they get so dicey on site here.
Oh 25 emang guys finalnya.
That's a step away from potentially being a fair fight between the two of them. But again, the buy's not good for Loud. This hasn't been a string of rounds. This has been drips and drabs.
Jadi 25 cok. Sorry.
You're going to see at least that operator.
25.
Gets a little bit of play in this.
Big change up here though. First time we've seen this.
Itu mah upper final maksudnya guys.
Towards C or towards Mound at least. Flash will note it. Actually, second bit of utility noted as well.
Maybe that operator being in play a little bit more favorable for Aspas to try and play around that. all gonna come in, but look at Kang trying to build the space so quickly.
No respect.
Huge.
Zero respect for Sadak's pit.
So confident to take that, and that was a solo effort as well from Sadak.
On the back of this presence shown outside C, EDG love posting Kang up to take 1v1s elsewhere.
Does Counting want to try and explore this further? Oh dear, that's a dead man walking! Nobody waiting, they read it so well, that want of trading a kill back, getting something on their side. And look at the way they're approaching this. Kang is on the other side of the map. He's still punishing less. EDG, this is stunning!
You never get a solid indicator for what EDG are going to do in the early round.
Because Kang's an army by himself.
Exactly.
He took down the pit, he took down Sadak, he explores further, he finds less. That could have been an A take. It wasn't, but it could have been.
Yeah. It comes back to that point once again. EDG just have so many options in the early round. Loud, lacking a bit of composure here in terms of the bigger picture. And it's
the legs.
It's tough, but Loud have to take the initiative in some of these rounds.
Well, I kind of liked it, right? When they started to play out a little bit deeper towards A, testing what's behind that smoke, exploring late, punishing that B, kind of, I guess, adjustment. But then once we go into this round, I mean, you're trying to trade a kill back at that point. They were so set up for it.
Enemy kill.
Oh!
One enemy remaining.
EDG are running rings around Loud right now.
It's not even close.
Gila, Loud dibantai-bantai, co, anjir.
See Aspas come online. Sitting at 2 and 8, obviously, usually the power play you consider in a match like this versus a hyper-aggressive team.
This is just still, yes, chip damage there, but we need Tuis to go beyond that, and he's not going to. It's now down to just 2, and Kang is just striding through towards the site. Taking all that space away. Yes, Les can fill a little bit of the gap, but the timing's going to be rough. Okay, he's got a little bit of a window to play with. The Frenzy, maybe he gets a chance to work. Neither are watching this angle. Timing's actually on his side there. Nice attempt on the adjustment.
Belum main guys ya.
If it was a rifle, maybe something else could
Nonton
have
Bang Winda ya guys,
happened.
nonton Bang Winda ya guys. Bang Winda, cok. Bang Winda live, Bang Winda live, Bang Winda live. Bentar ya, bentaran guys. Bentar aja, nonton bentar guys. Aku mau main ini abis ini guys.
Game Only Up ini seseru apa dan apakah layak ditamatkan? Kita coba play bersama-sama. Oke. Only Up, Only Up, Only Up, Only Up. Wow, grafiknya bagus guys.
Oh, don't look up.
Ada yang ngomong.
We need to get to the top. I'm sure we'll make it. I wonder what awaits us there. The unknown is.
Iya, ada seorang anak. Anaknya. Oke. Tujuan gamenya apa? Tujuan gamenya ke atas aja nih, ada bocil bola juga nih, bocil bola guys. Ini game bikinan Garena. Yuhu, oh bisa terbang cuy. Siang hari apa langsung aja ini ke atas gitu. Oke, coba kita coba bisa.
Kemarin guys, aku udah
ngerti banget. Itu alur ceritanya cuma sedikit.
Aku tamat bisa banget kalau nggak ada tantangan
ke atas, lihat mana, lihat sini kah? Nggak bisa. Oh sini guys. Nih. Mana sih? Jalan ke atasnya mana guys? Naik lift, bisa emang? Lah, nggak gerak liftnya?
Terus kemarin batuan bang, saya sama cupu guys.
Oh sini nih.
Gue bikin tantangan lagi boleh ya guys? Tantangan hari ini guys, tantangan lagi kali ya. Donat jatuh lagi guys. Gua udah belajar soal speedrun guys. Gue kayak bisa ngincar 40 menit sih, kayak 40 menit bisa deh kayak gue tamat. Kalau nggak dijatoin ya. Gue pengen coba speedrun cok. Gue bisa sih, gue udah lumayan hafal sih cok speedrunnya. Kita coba, gue mau lihat lagi speedrunnya cok. Speedrun Only Up. Anjing 28 11 menit, the fuck. Come anjing. Mau lihat yang di pipa gimana sih biar cepet. Pipa ambil kiri. Lompat ke kiri, anjing. Kiri lompat ke kiri. Oh, kiri lompat kiri langsung ke kanan. Nice. Oh gitu. 11 menit, yakin 11 menit ini anjing. Percaya nih gue anjing 11 menit. Lebih dari 40 menit nggak jangan itu juga gangsat. Gue lebih 40 menit gue diomelin anjing. Kayak pelan deh dia. 11 menit nggak mungkin anjing, orang mainnya 25 menit. Coy ini gimana, nge-cheat apa gimana 11 menit anjing. Gue masih hafal coy, ini naik ke atas sini, lompat pakai kasur. Belakang ada kasur, gue belakang ada kasur lagi. Nah, belakang ada kasur nih. Set, belakang halte, set. Dan naiknya cepet ke situ, langsung ke kanan. Kanan, lompat ke rel. Nice, langsung naik ke atas. Easy nih mah. Ini nggak ada shortcut soalnya tinggal lurus doang, ikutin jalan. Oh, motong sekali, sempet motong sekali guys. Muter sampai atas 3 menit sampai sini. Oke, sini motong ke kanan guys. Set. Ini ngeri banget, cow. Motongnya ngeri banget ya. Ke kanan, hafalin guys. Normal. Ini biasa normal, nggak ada potongan. Ini nggak ada potongan. Ada potongan. Gua nggak tahu ini ada potongan apa enggak guys. Nah, ini nggak ada potongan normal biasa nih, langsung biasa nih. Kalau nggak salah bisa cepet guys. Kalau misalnya lu ngerti, lu bisa langsung lompatin 2 guys. Lompatin 2 sama dia nih. Oh enggak cok, anjing dia cupu cok. Orang ada yang langsung lompatin 2 cok, anjing langsung kedua, langsung yang ke atas itu. Nggak mungkin 11 menit anjing, bohong anjing bangsat. First pass. First pass mah 11 menit juga ada anjing, bangsat.
Baru Vision Flag susu sereal. Dukung daya tahan alami, tubuh kuat, semangat maju.
Gue sampai akhir 11 menit, cok.
Oh, don't look up. Oil. He drank a lot and often beat my mother and me, but that's in the
Cepet banget
past.
bangsat.
You'll never make it to the top. You'll never make it. You bastard.
Anjir, cepet banget nih orang. Tuh, ini udah 4 menit sini, cok. Cepet banget, cok. Nih shortcut nih, gue shortcut, belok kiri naik ke atas, kiri naik ke atas, ya kan tuh. Nah, gue tahu kan tuh, gue udah hafal cok, gue udah belajar guys, gue cepet guys. Ambil kasur kanan. Tapi kan kita belum coba guys. Ambil kasur lagi sebelah kanan sekali lagi kalau nggak salah. Ke tong. Ini ngeri banget cok, kalau nggak nyampe ke tong gimana itu cok. Oh harus begitu guys biar cepet guys. I love you baby baby baby, dengarkanlah padaku kisah yang tak membuatku jadi bersifat. Ini kalau nggak salah ini ke lurus ada drone. Drone-nya ini kan ke bawah, tapi drone-nya ini kita akan mencoba drone-nya ini untuk dia tinggi terus kena baling-baling kalau nggak salah guys. Kalau lu jago. Nih. Ini ngeri nih cok, ini ngeri guys. Ini drone. Ini drone nih gue nih guys. Ini orang gila nih cok. Waktu kan lompat. Oh ke sana ya, benar ke sana cok. Fokus next. Oh gitu. Ambil kanan ada kasur lagi kalau nggak salah, set. Oh kan kasur lagi anjing. Anjing cepet banget cok kalau begitu cok. Ngambil kanan kalau nggak salah langsung ke mobil. Langsung ke mobil anjing bisa cok. Pecah mobil langsung. banget ya anjing ini, lompat-lompat tuh anjing. Udah kayak tupai anjing dia. Normal biasa, kanan, kiri langsung lurus. Ngebas, turun ke bawah kalau nggak salah ini guys. Aku udah mulai ngerti sini guys. Turun ke bawah seinget gua. Nah kan benar kan, turun ke bawah. Aku nya ngeselin anjing. Belum sabar. Lompat ke atas. Ambil ke kanan, lompat ke trampolin. Ini bahaya tapi ini bisa sih guys. Atas kanan situ. Lari lurus. Ini udah latihan cepet nih dia anjing, udah cepet banget nih latihannya anjing. Gua ngincar 40 menit sih bisa sih. 22 menit emang Vandra beneran, Cok. Ya world record dong masuk. Ini 25 menit anjing. Kayaknya apa getting over it bang, susahan getting over it lah. Ini setahu gue nih lompat-lompat normal ke kartu. Atau bisa lompat 2 kali langsung ke depan, nah kan bener kan? Ke kanan. Kanan. 2 kali. Mas. Ke atas berangkas. Lompat ke emas. Lompat ke kasur. Gitu sih. Ini ulang lagi. What the fuck? What the fuck? Ini baru lihat sih gua. Udah mulai, Cok. Ngapain nonton ini bangsat? Lah, NRG menang, guys.
It's a pistol round start for NRG.
It just herded right into Victor's utility, and Victor makes the most of it.
No, NRG kenapa, guys?
Even though it doesn't pay off, even though RB is able to win the better of that trade, it still forces DRX the direction that they want them to go throughout this entire thing, and that's in towards
Victor
A,
4
with
kill,
all this Killjoy util waiting. You can see there, Buzz shaking his head. Not the start. And of course, DRX is looking for, and onto the eco. As somebody, or excuse me, RB here, I think grabbed a sheriff. Indeed, he did.
Sure for him. Most firepower they have. Artist in the meantime popped up top, and I mean, it seems like Stacks is just more focused on grabbing the orb. He wants to have that rolling thunder as fast as possible. So just stays glued to it. Mako, however, taken down, and now in an eco without your smokes, trying to pull this off and get
Kalau hanya di dalam mimpi teror.
Clear on the alarm button, push in from Artist, takes out RB, the sheriff now on the ground. Zest picking up one, but then as soon as you, I mean, it's got to be cursed. As soon as you pick up the sheriff, you end up getting taken out. Cleanup going to be coming through with a nice little no-scope. Artist will have 3 in the round, also try to fast track towards that Blade Storm, and Victor will get the defuse to get just 2 away now from that initial lockdown. A flawless round to move up 2-0. Fantastic start for NRG.
This is just, yeah, really good stuff from them. Just reacting very well to all
ini
of
Bang
this.
Aris udah nyala emang iya guys.
Artists up top, DRX kind of challenging to make sure they can get the orb. Trying to get anything out of this round that they can. Get the plant, get the money, get the orb out of that. And that's all she wrote. So now my eyes firmly on the Stacks here on this attacking side for DRX. You really kind of want to watch for these fault lines. Watch for the way that he's maneuvering around the map. He is oftentimes the guy, not just because he's carrying the spike, but because a lot of the utility that DRX uses to set up their hits comes from him.
Baron, ayo, DRX.
Heavy stack here towards A off the back of that fault line.
Maafnya DRX, mana percaya nggak sih?
A high tide going to be the response from NRG to buy time for the rotation from Artis over to A, and DRX is just kind of pumping the brakes. They're just going to wait on this a little bit, try to reassess. Now let's see if Stax is going to try to dial up something different. I would like to see that. I'd like to see early changes of direction for DRX.
I know there's one on the right side, tucked away. Bit of a rough spot there for Mako, but Buzz counter swinging out from the left, does find one. Crashy's going to be taken down. Shot goes across, and Buzz and Stax both so very low. They put Artis to 89. Still in a very strong position here. To find value, sees the hand for just a brief moment, but eats the full flash. Dash in, noted on the flank. The rush through Artis with a sheriff in hand, finds one. Some gets another with a stinger. Buzz and Mako now taken down. It's a 3v4. The gun grabbed up. Artis says, thank you very much. Zest now rethinking about this one. Decides to back away. Or at least wait until they get into a better position. 18 seconds on the fault line, so will not come into play here on this execute.
Well, they have to go A now. There's no other choice. Let's see if they can get it done.
Dart over the top. It will get a ping through, tuck into the corner. They identify position of one. Spray through. RB finding Artis. Tom trading positions here with Zest. Gets the jump on him. Now finds himself in a 1v2. Has to go for the reload. RB trying to get ahead of it. He misses the timing, but Stax will be able to finish him off. The DRX get themselves on the board, but at such hefty cost. 4 players left on the ground.
I mean, so a couple things in that round. First of all, you can see why Zest is kind of really valued on this Sova. That dart there gets a lot of information and allows DRX to get in there, get what they got to do, but then Sam uses it against him. He plays, kind of finds the timing to get right behind Zest there to make this almost a round for NRG. Artis has the op, but DRX is too readable. I mean, the whole way through that's A, and there's no attempt to show anything otherwise. That entire round for DRX, it makes it really easy for NRG to do a ton of damage.
Flash out from Crashy, he's just scouting in a sewer, nothing going to be noted there. Very much same setup here from DRX, just pumping the brakes, getting tucked away into these cubbies. The Trailblazer to lead, Artis on the peak. Do they know? This time there's that opera on the opposite side. They should suspect it just given the cash flow that he had. And oh, what an aggressive peek out from Buzz. Puts some damage down, doesn't find the punish, however. Crashies will just look to go ahead and heal up those wounds.
But already, NRG sensing a change of direction here from DRX. A high tide to come out. RB still tucked in right next to the doors on the other side of Garage. And it looks like it is going to be the B hit, the fault line to lead the way. The recon dart, but Sam is ready for the dash.
Buzz trying to get the jump on him before that smoke blew.
Gila loh, ngeri banget nih NRG nih. Di Evan ngeri juga.
Zest now
dapat satu nggak sih?
Waiting to try to get this catch, because NRG should be very well aware that this is going to be this pulled back position that DRX want to play in. Stax finding one before falling. Victor trades the other. Lockdown is available. And Zest gets outdone. Crashies gets the jump on him. Strikes him down. Push out. RB finds the headshot. 3 members left to deal with, though.
You should run.
As they start working their way out of window. The full flash connects. Mako good for one. Have they called it? Crashies on the flank. He's just trying to get him off of this spike, but can't make it happen. Crashies just outflanks him. Finds 3 in the round. His energy will do very much the same on the scoreboard.
Crashies continues to be amazing today. And this is just a great read from NRG, knowing that when DRX likes to plant B,
Sepertinya DRX akan pulang guys ya.
This once again, it's the fault line into the recon dart and the flash. Again, you really watch these fault lines. This is a big, I think, weakness of Stax as not just an IGL, but a player that he leads so much with that utility. It makes it really easy to predict what they're going to do. And then NRG's done their homework on DRX. They know that they love to sit back towards spawn, outside of window, with those lineups, whether it be Zest or RB in particular. They like to hang out back there on those B hits.
Oh, Artis! What a quick shot! Woo. Artis reading the setup, knows that he wants to get tucked away and manages to nail the nasty flick and a follow-up shot. Stack's gone. The classic drawn out. Artis not quite firing it, but I think it's all right. You've done a good job, son. You can take a breather now. Crashies finds Mako. They keep them in with a nice little lead. Up in the hands here of Zest, just trying to use this against them. Perhaps just hold on to it for dear life. RB will find one with the Sheriff, but now Zest says, all right, I guess I got to grab a stinger. We'll cut across, and we'll be able to find the Bulldog. But from here, what do?
Well, he's got the spike and he's got space, so he can rotate off of this, find a place to plant, even on the other side of the map with Victor already all the way over here onto A. Right now, that Killjoy utility won't be activated.
Kena mental kah? Nggak tahu nih guys, DRX jadi turu gini, Cok.
Of course, though, Zest has to take his time. He has no information about what's going on behind him, but still some utility to work with. Still hope here, honestly, for Zest. A couple Bulldogs and a Vandal. I mean, there are some ults, but you wouldn't think that NRG will invest them.
It'd be a hell of a way to get yourself on the board as he finds himself 0-4 for the moment. To grab 3 here in this round. Spots the turret, knows that the Killjoy at the very least is not in range. Nano destroyed, and that will be the alarm bell that they needed. Gets cleared out, another one popped just in case he is in that plant position. Zest, where does he decide the position? Looks like he's just going to keep himself forward. He wants to try to challenge, but does he realize that all 3 are rotating? Seems like now he might be getting a sense of it, hearing some of those footsteps. This is the spot where they can start separating, get themselves split up, and try to approach here from different directions, but it's all 3. Straight up. The hold.
They're not faking?
No, they are not. The Cove is there for protection as well. Zest able to find the plant, but nothing else on the back end. NRG now moving up 4-1.
Yeah, I mean, with these Coves, this is 2 rounds in a row where it makes it pretty difficult for DRX on these post plants. You know, they're expecting typically to be able to use utility to clear them, but Zest doesn't opt to go for any of his shock darts. He still had 2 in the bag, but instead just tried to push through there. But with all that smoke, with all the control that NRG has, with those toxic screens, with those high tides, with those cascades, it's very difficult for DRX to kind of fully understand what's going on, not just this round, but previously as well, what's going on behind them. Don't have a ton of ability to get information.
Nampak mereka ngamainin ini guys ya, nampak mereka ngamainin ini ya, si Foxinen ya. Padahal Bas lagi turu loh.
Tricky for DRX to maybe do some of those post plants the way they would normally like to. I think this comp for NRG does really suit not just their play style, but also against the way that DRX likes to play.
Timeout. Running dry here with 5 seconds remaining. Not sure what Terry's saying to them to try to get them back into this one. But it needs to work some magic. It's already a very rocky start. Granted, we have seen runbacks. We have seen not just DRX, but other teams here at this event have some fairly catastrophic starts.
Sure.
And then be able to bring it into a more winnable position.
Substitution langsung bang, nggak bisa Cok, kalau lagi tengahnya nggak bisa guys. Nih, kalau ini tangan-tangan DRX pulang kah guys? DRX sudah tidak squad lama, squad dulu lagi guys ya.
Absolutely, a struggle bus on the struggle street for sure for DRX so far. As now blades up for Artis, tons of ults here for both sides really. Stacks with that rolling thunder. Mako will get tricky with those TPs from time to time with the Omen. It's definitely got to keep your eyes out for that. But I like what DRX is doing here. I was just thinking this, that let's take some garage space. Let's try to put some pressure down. Sam gonna get noted by the turret, able to clear it without taking any damage, but he gets the opener, and Artis with the follow-up.
A quick check around the corner, and Buzz is gone. Stack's only able to find Victor, but he's taking down to 21 HP. The spray through on to Zest knocks him down to 43, and already it just feels like this timeout is being worked to absolute perfection against DRX.
NRG read him. They
harus improve lagi bang, kayak Paperrex. Karena Paperrex ada pemain baru guys, jadinya permainannya beda.
Stack's now gone. Spike picked up. Mako, it's in his hands. They're going to start drifting over towards the A site here. Smoke, maybe they're trying to fake that they're going to find some presence here onto B. But NRG, they don't need to really shift anybody onto A. They can play reactively. They know that they're in this 4v2. They know that Zest is low on health. Could just gather up and look to flood the site, not take any risks.
Cover going out. Blinding.
Smoke now in. Rotations will start to come through. Paranoia used just in case. They'll find themselves with an empty site. Mako goes for the plant.
10 seconds left.
No contact off of that Paranoia or anything like that. Mako gonna readjust. Still has his ult. Don't think he'll have much of a chance to use it. Zest with a couple shock darts in the Owl drone. See if they can get something done with this Reckoning now. Mako going to be in a tricky spot. Zest going to maneuver into help.
And I mean, that's a hell of a lot of respect being shown here as Mako ends up on top of the box, not with any obfuscation. The smoke was off, the defuse comes in, 4 members still strong. His energy get themselves up to 5.
Menurut lu bang, Foxina atau Bas? Sebenarnya sama-sama kuat, cuman kadang Foxina itu kuat, kadang turun. Sama, Bas juga begitu, guys.
Again, this is time and time again. Every time we came to this map, I would just think, okay, you know, in previous years, in previous events at Kilios, I'd be like, all right, DRX has a chance. Like, they're really good at Haven. But every time, it feels like this team, you know, Chet, FNS, and these guys, they have such a good read on DRX. And frankly, DRX makes it easy.
Yeah.
There's no trickery here. Every time DRX commits to something in the early round, that's basically what they're doing. And there's, you know, NRG can then overcommit to some of these early pushes to punish DRX out in that space, because once they get contact from one, he pretty much guaranteed there's at least 1 or 2 others.
I mean, it just feels like they started off, you know, talking about readability. DRX, they used to be like hieroglyphics. We're like, how do you read this? They have been translated down and down and down now into like a children's book.
Bagusan Bas kasih dari Foxina. Kayaknya di Foxina ini guys. Foxina tuh kayak clear angle lebih jago, cok.
Quick little peruse through the pages. Now though, Sight being attacked. Mako finding finesse, buzz down to a sliver of HP as the dart goes flying. Artist up on top of Lumber, managing to find one. Victor back. Sight looking to anchor it down. Finds 2. Snarby though, trying back. Now Artist still standing. And Zest so very low. Just doesn't have any legs to stand on. 6-1. The slaughter continues.
I don't know what to tell you. This isn't... NRG is all there, basically, at this site right away. They're ready for this retake. They've got crossfires for days, and yeah, a couple really nice shots, a couple nice reactions from DRX, but then they start pushing back site, and there's 3 guns just pointed all right on that edge. I don't know what to tell you. This is...
Bas 17, Z17,
react to this for NRG. There's just, again, there's no change of direction. There's no utility place to kind of try to confuse. A lot of the what I call like leading utility, like maybe the Owl drone, or again the fault lines, or the paranoia. Some of the utility that kind of signal that executes are happening aren't being used in any way to try to confuse NRG. They're just being used on executes. And yeah, sure, we know DRX is good executes, but if you just give them that space, don't get caught up in the mess that is their executes, then you're fine. Then you play retake, and good teams will punish them every time.
Doug was making mention of, you know, this map in particular. 3 sites, finesse as your IGL, how much it can make you stand out.
No Mako, no win. Iya, Mako juga udah jarang banget perform guys ya.
Just continuing to have that absolute perfect read. DRX trying to make something happen, a push up in the garage, they clear out some of the util, getting rid of that alarm bot, that KJ turret that stops them from, you know, having Artist play contact off of it there on the C site. Looks like a drone up into the pit will draw out a snake bite here from the side of Finesse, but the rest of DRX going to start moving their way forward. The spike planted here on B. Can they get into their post-plant position? Mako trying to watch from behind. Victor creeping up. Spots him, but doesn't hit that headshot. Paranoia going to be let loose. Victor manages to dodge out on it. Well, the retake continues. Triple approach through the garage. Artist feel like he's ready to lead the charge. Finesse spotting Zest. Looks to zone him back as the lockdown is going to be invested. The creep up. Mako spotting him. Stack's going to be good for 1. Once Finesse now out of the fight, Stack's traded up. Victor finding that elimination. Now they start going for the defuse. Hunter's Fury coming across. Zez looking to go ahead and displace them. They get it to half, however, so it's still in a winnable position. The push up, the stun. RB able to find 1. Time dwindling.
Nice.
Mako sprays him off 1. The Zest will fall, but so too does Victor. And it took everything that they had, but DRX will be able to get a second round win on the board.
And everything in the kitchen sink here for DRX to get a win, but
the
way they start this round is way better. They're making attention across all 3 sites. You've got Mako faking
at least menang guys ya.
You've got the pressure by garage door. You've got Zest using some of his utility to keep FNS at bay. This is much, much better here from DRX this round. Good call here by Stacks. Good adjustment, but is it too little too late? If they can run 6 more together, that's great, but again, just like on Pearl Achilleos, DRX generally is slightly better on their attacker half on Haven than their defender side. But again, it's international. It does kind of sometimes play out a little bit differently. We'll see if they can start to string things together. And they're kind of going back to this again. They're gonna fan out across the map. They're gonna try to bait out some utility here from NRG. Buy some opportunity, buy some time. See if maybe they can get a pick. Now that Trailblazer out on the other side of the map here, yes, is going to spot Zest. But he's the only one spotted out of that. That got pretty deep. So, smoke sent to try to maybe try to fool him.
Kalau DRX kalah, EDG bisa menang banget mudah lawan NRG, Bang.
Hit from DRX. But they did
Rolling Thunder available. They decided to commit that just to get themselves into the site. Now just going to flash out. Buzz up over the top. The spray coming through. Fault line does help shove some back. Decent damage dealt here. DRX's jet. Spike now going to be planted. Lock down a Rolling Thunder. Still in their back pocket. You can see again, this time they're very wary. They're worried about these flanks. Only Crashies who's attempting it for now is RB dropping the lockdown right outside of B site, just looking to buy them some extra space, some extra time, and make this that much more unassailable for NRG. Finesse has to pull away. Gets himself out to safety. Buzz trying to go on the hunt. No, actually, no. He did end up getting caught, but it looks like Buzz doesn't want to overstep.
Nice this.
Instead, pushes out, but it's just a bit too late. It's a little bit of minor damage down onto Victor, but finally, NRG realized, yeah, we've been outpaced on this one.
Let's go, DRX, let's go.
The side of DRX was just a bit too good. They will allow them to rack up that third
EDG
round.
ketemunya TL atau EG, Bang.
Really good now.
Belum tentu EDG kayaknya ketemunya bisa jadi ini deh.
You know, in a much more respectable state.
EDG enggak, EDG belum ketemu bisa jadi yang Paperrex, guys. Enggak ya.
Kind of been sitting on it for a while, but you know what? Whatever. At this point, it's gonna force a timeout.
Iya, Paperrex udah Fnatic, Cok. Kayaknya udah ditukar deh, guys. Ditukar deh bracketnya, diganti di recheck. Ya nggak sih? Fnatic, iya ditukar, Cok, ditukar. Udah fix EDG ketemunya Fnatic atau Paperrex. Oh, yang kalah ya. Yang kalah, Cok. Ditukar. Karena kan biar ngerasain semua, guys.
You know, Zest plus a smoke got a rotation out of NRG. You know, with the way that DRX was setting that up. So, look, I don't expect DRX to play this next round exactly the last two. You know, these last two rounds have been pretty similar. I expect something a little bit different. But what's going to be the change up for NRG?
What condition do you think that you put them in? What is NRG going to be anticipating coming off the back of this one? Because we saw coming out of DRX's timeout, first one that they used, it was brutal. They had the perfect read. Is this the time that Termi and Stacks agree and decide to go for a bit of a rush play? Put that Rolling Thunder and use it off the rip, try to rush the site. And if that is the case, is NRG ready for it?
No, I like that a lot. You know, as much in recent history here for DRX, Termi's been receiving some criticism, and probably rightly so. The team is a little bit static at times, but
TL lawannya EG udah pasti itu kan TL EG. Yang kalah lawan tadi, guys. Tadi siapa sih?
Let's see what they want to do.
Lawan ini yang menang nih.
It does look like something of that nature, but that cascade earlier.
Yang udah pulang laut ya. Yang ini kalah pulang soalnya, guys.
Trying, I think, to get some space.
EDG lawan yang kalah Fnatic lawan Paperrex. Yang ini yang menang nanti akan melawan yang kalah antara tim Liquid atau si EJ, guys ya, EJ Gaming.
Get out the safety, but they're not pinching through to
Ya,
try to take
game lagi
him
pas
down.
belum dari kemarin, iya kah?
Could have been a big opportunity for a punish, but they're not certain. You know, who is there? Is he peeking alone? Is there 2-3 players backing him up? Is oh boy, RB. Knife in hand, trying to get tucked here into the corner. Swings around, finds Crashy, some will trade it back.
Okay.
Good shot in reply. They now turn the sights over here towards the C side. Rolling Thunder not catching him in finesse. He gets himself back into the site, spraying across, looking for Buzz, but Buzz finds him just a little bit faster.
Nice one.
Oh, broken. A warning shot perhaps here from Artis as Mako gets knocked down to 58. It looks like they're still very suspicious about it, and they are rightfully, correct about it here.
Okay, 3 lawan 3, guys.
As I throw out some more redundancies, they spray him down, they find the wallbang shot. A single shock dart sent to try to buy some space, some time. Would have been able to get the kill on a Victor, but he wasn't playing here on it. Artis up over the top, gets one with the operator. Stacks sets up for a second, but now Buzz needs to try to clutch this one out. He's approaching from garage. Artis trying to get the read on it. Swings out.
Woo,
Buzz. Perfect timing. Gets the kill.
Let's go.
Within 2.
Comeback nih, bos.
NRG still up 6-4. It's starting to dwindle.
Yeah, this is Really well handled at the very end. I really like what NRG does here. They get right behind that rolling thunder. It's just off of their position enough that they can wait for it and immediately start taking space. But Buzz has a phenomenal response to start spraying in there, getting that opening kill, giving them the ability to get this plant down. Huge hold from Stax to find 2. And then Artis has to drop the op to try to go for this defuse. Buzz is repositioning. He's got a smile on his face. Really nicely handled there.
Artis.
Oh boy.
Okay, the jiggle from Mako. It's a little bit of damage, but I think he'd very much prefer that compared to the alternative.
Pada disiplin banget bang, post plan-nya ya.
Just trying to see, is Artis going to continue to push up? The answer is no.
DRX nih bos, soalnya bos. Kalau misalnya DRX emang kayak gitu guys, dia disiplin guys.
Utility in the cubby to be, yeah. I think the fault line might come through here onto the cubby or something. Yeah. So you know what?
Opposite split. Artis still in a position to try to catch him, but turns away from the flash, and then Buzz again finds the timing. Exiting out of the cloudburst, Artis was trying to get somebody else pushing their way into the site, but it's a quick response. NRG, the other 4 players are here. Victor finding some value initially. Mako going to be taken down. Victor finds a second. Buzz going to be eliminated as well. Now Crashies gets involved. The Zest will fall.
Kelamaan masuknya dah.
Stax and RB. They're trying to get them in this one. The spike not surrendered on the site. RB caught in an awkward position between a rock and a hard place, and he gets crunched, as will Stax. NRG with this quick rotates, the quick response, managed to bring it back. Yes, they lose 3, but they put up a 7th round win, so the best that DRX can now hope for is a 5th.
Yeah, and even though Artis is dealt with here, it's just kind of bait. I mean, DRX just completely bites on this. They're like, we can isolate Artis, we can take him down, we know how to get this. You know, and they have a great setup there. They use the fault line to clear Cubby, okay, and then the flash to keep Artis pinned down around that left-hand corner, and Buzz is going to find that kill, but then, like you're saying, Achilleos, it's just all hands on deck for NRG right away. They know that there isn't anything else that's going to happen here. DRX is committing, and they punish it.
75 DRX, 75 yuk.
Be taken, Som though pinged out.
Defendernya terus tahan dah.
And that's going to be the aftershock to try to clear through. Up over the top goes Buzz, and he gets the punish. Som so desperately wanting to try to get that ult online. Well, now he's going to be dead. Crashies, however, holding it down from hell. 3 quick kills. 7 HP and a Dream with the spike is stranded. And he brings us back into a monstrous advantage.
I'm shocked. I can't believe it. I mean, that's incredible from him, but Mako there just dropping down and makes the first kill pretty easy. Able to isolate a couple others.
Finesse in heaven, looking like he's going to be ready to play off the back of this pop flash that Crashies has set up. Hard corner to the check, RB, no manage to find one. Blind comes across and Zest is left out the drive. Finesse finds him, Crashies gets the other for a 4K to close out the half 8 and 4.
Well, it's going to have to be one hell of a defender side here for DRX to get this done. And, you know, Mako TP'd up there and he had kind of control of heaven there. Could have just locked it down, let the rest of his team sort of clear that space, maybe get the plant down, you know, keep Crashies kind of stuck back there a little bit. Instead, they try to kind of pounce on him and it just doesn't work.
It's an 8-4 half, yet again, this time NRG with the lead. Desk, I don't know what you guys think, but perhaps we can see history repeat itself on the opposite side. Maybe DRX can run it back.
You would like that, wouldn't you, Achilleos? You would. But yeah, Doug, another 8-4, but this time in NRG's favor.
Yeah, and it felt like it was a very dominant half for NRG. A couple of rounds towards the end there, notwithstanding, Crashies had his outrageous moments. The double wall composition from NRG was very difficult for them to deal with. And I mean, you saw it. There was nothing innovative about how DRX were approaching the attack half.
Yeah, exactly. And nothing innovative on the side of NRG. We understand how they wanted to use this composition. And in round 4, we had a very cool example. DRX just goes for the execute.
Aku berharap DRX masih bisa ya DRX ya.
A lot of util to use when it comes to the retake. The position that Crashies takes and the moment that Zest moves forward, it's a little bit jarring, but now we're going to see all the utility coming in from Som. He has that high tide again that he's going to be using to cover the plant, and he also has the cove. If we add that to Crashies coming in behind with the flash and getting the 2 kills, it's very easy. But DRX later in that half found like a breach in the system, right? Like they learned how to work around it.
I get it. I see what you did there. Breach in the system. That was. I think I'm disappointed, but it was very good. But you're right. And this is kind of what I was getting at earlier, right? Like they started to find some traction. They started to change their approach that they had, and it was starting to pay off. They were able to get a couple of rounds together, but once again, it was Crashies. We got to talk about him, shine a fat light on him, because he was the hero for NRG at the end of that half when it could have gone even more towards DRX's way.
I mean, 11 rounds on that half of defense against THOR is 4 enough for DRX.
I don't think so. I think that also mentally, after everything that they've been through in this tournament and how close the last map was, it's kind of jarring.
Well, Kilios and
Gue pusing juga sih guys ini guys.
Di
RCTI DRX kalah, yang benar, kamu yang benar.
You're absolutely right. This could very well be the end of it. Much like we asked for from NRG to kick off that run back on Pearl after being down the same way the DRX is right now, we're saying, can they get that pistol win? DRX now going to very much do the same now that the shift over to the defending side, which is where they were able to put up those 8 rounds on Pearl. So we'll see if that's going to be able to transition very similarly here to Haven. But for now, it's going to be this triple creep out into mid. Stacks lingering back on B site for a little bit of extra reinforcement, but it seems like RB, situated in garage, going to make the call as the turret plays contact, that it is going to be just a straight up C hits.
Yeah, and Victor's going to tuck back into spawn as all of DRX now swinging in from garage and spawn themselves.
Stun's good, but covering fires there. Finesse from behind finds Buzz. RB going to be taken out as well. Oh, the reveal is massive. Stack's only able to find one off the back of it. Though gets another. Turns over to Artis, but Sam catches him off guard. Just too many targets to Sam again. Putting up solid figures. 3 kills for him, but Zest gets the 2-tap, but Sam is just a little bit better. Finds 4. That is NRG taking another step towards closing this out to getting a 2-0 over DRX for the very first time.
That's a potential backbreaker here for DRX. A close one there by Zest at the end. Some great utility usage by Zest in this round as well to make this retake even remotely possible here, because DRX was just getting shut down at the point of attack. I mean, this is nasty from Zest, but cannot quite swing in time to find the third. And yeah, Sam, nod of the head, some fist bumps. Having a very, very solid performance here. All of NRG out ahead of it, and well, Buzz is gone.
Just trying to catch him off guard, but it's just far too many people. Only a classic in hand. Mako creeping back out of sewer. Looks like NRG given the anti-eco, just given they already have a pick. Not going to be too dissuaded for shifting away from this site. Push coming out. Artist just sprays to win. Mako taken out.
Go, let's go, let's go.
Well, this has kind of been a time, something that does hurt DRX. Sam is going to deal with Zest. Now, Stack's going to find the box. I don't think this is going to fool Artist in the least.
And he's been healed up. So yeah, Artist, the nice and easy headshot, leaving just RB with that Sheriff. Manages to find 1, but Artist will find 4. 10-4. Now the scoreline. And this is it. This is everything. DRX need to win this round to try to run it back.
100%. The most important bonus you'll ever play is DRX right now, as they try to get through and find some stability. But right now it's just NRG clicking. I mean, you know, the way that NRG also like sprays so many angles, sprays smokes when they're attacking, when they're retaking, just kind of anticipating the positioning of DRX. And this happens to DRX a lot these days. You can spray DRX through smokes. Paperrex does this quite often now as well. You can find some value. A little return fire from DRX this time through the smokes, but Flash is going to back them off as NRG is fully setting up here for this A hit. A recon dart from Zest confirming that there is still presence, but no rotations really. A slight shift of weight from DRX over towards the B site now. Alarm bot at the front to watch for that. Stack's getting set up as kind of in a pivot position with this breach to be able to kind of use that utility either at A or B if necessary. He's just going to push off that. Oh, I thought he was going to maybe try to get underneath that owl drone.
This attack does get slowed up, but the approach still continues. Zest tucked into the corner, Buzz up top, staring down towards sewer, where only Finesse will grace his sights. The rest of the team ready to just go ahead, shove forward. Identify that Zest in a forward spot, spam through the wall. Artist finds the elimination.
Bagaimana guys? Apakah bisa?
With that, they say, you know what? I think we pulled enough rotations. It's time to cut.
Just brilliant. I mean, DRX had fully committed. Mako is kind of standing over there in Link, but this is free. Cove as well. Not much that can be done about this. They're going to start spraying into it, but it doesn't matter.
And they are just absolutely drowning them right now. RB gone. The Stinger finds the elimination. Turret cleared out. 3 members left. Weapon advantage technically there, but it's so many angles to try to clear out, and Artis finds Stacks, sprays through to find Mako as well. As if it wasn't brutal enough.
Oh.
No relenting, no mercy shown at all. NRG, they want to finish this right here, right now. Buzz just stuck in the attacking spawn, seeing if he can find anything to stop this from being a flawless, but as we know, inevitably the spike is just going to go off, and that's going to be NRG moving up to 11 rounds.
It's just perplexing in a way from DRX. I mean, look, I want to give NRG all the credit in the world. This is a great call here to pull back and readjust to B. It completely bamboozles DRX. I mean, this is just quintessential FNS. He does this all the time to DRX, so many times throughout history. He's pushing and pulling DRX around this map on their attacker side.
Dapat 3 begitu loh si Adis loh tai.
What really kind of frustrates me about this round for DRX is the positioning of Zest. Because he's right around that corner. The Trailblazers are still there in the hands of NRG, and there's no cover for him, like just in case. There's like no protocols behind that corner to bail Zest out. He's in a one and done position that he's just hoping they don't check. Well, if you've been watching NRG today, they are not making many mistakes, folks, when it comes to, especially now that we're on this second map.
Yeah, I mean, sure, you can point back to Pearl, say that first half. Couple things, playing a little bit too slowly, whiffing quite a bit, honestly, at the beginning of that map. But as they shifted over into that second half, since then, it has been so very clean. DRX off the back of this timeout. We'll see if Termi can work his magic at least for, a round. But you're still so
kurang,
very far
better
away.
Foxy 9 bang.
With NRG right there on the cusp of keeping themselves afloat in this tournament.
This whole thing is just like classic NRG. Start out a little bit slow, pick up steam as the maps go on, kind of just outsmart, outthink, outmaneuver your opponent. Just phenomenal stuff today from NRG. Just thoroughly impressed with how well prepared they are here.
Mako 5, anjir Zes Mako bas. Ini banyak banget yang turu di DRX, cowok. Waktu momennya nggak tepat banget turu pas lagi begini, anjing udah mau pulang nih.
Still have enough in the next round to do what they need to do, but that flash is gonna buy a lot of space here. Mako trying to get out of dodge, get some reinforcements. It's just RB with him.
Yeah, they identify both of them. The fight comes down. It's on the vulnerable, but the spray through. Mako getting sprayed through smokes just has not been a great duo here today for him. Spray coming out. RB only going to be able to find one Sam. Takes him out the site now, completely open. Buzz arriving, but they're wisely planting on the backside of the site. They expect that this flank is going to be coming through from the attacker side. Buzz up close, instantly snaps on for one, but cannot get crashes. That leaves just Zest now, all on his lonesome. Dart over the top, the reveal on one. Cannot get the weaker player, and Sam will take him down. 12-4, match point locked in for NRG. One more to go. They will stay in, and DRX will be going home.
Just brilliant. I mean, a brilliant kind of counter use of the timeout here by NRG. They exactly like you said here, Kilios. They read this so well. They're able to take quite a bit of space. Just Mako on his own, able to kind of take advantage of that. The rotations here from DRX, because they come so late, they anticipate that it's coming from the long C side.
Back stronger di champion bang, ya sih
and they
harus
set
gitu
up
sih
on
ya.
the other side. Just brilliant. There's no other way to put this. This is a masterclass from NRG on this map.
There's no ults to work through here for the side of DRX. Nothing to give them a little bit more of a boon, that confidence. Buzz finding one, continuing to play forward. The shot does get whipped, and now the crunch comes in.
Nice.
Stacks arriving, find one, spots Victor, knows that he's in the corner, drags across for the headshot.
Itu dong, ngotot dong. Jangan kasih, jangan kasih.
Round, but it's 7 consecutive that DRX need if they want to take this to overtime, where they fail to do so on Pearl. You can see still some smiles here from the players. I don't know if there's too much to smile about.
And it's not like there isn't precedence for DRX having a run back like that at Helios. They've done it before. We've been there.
They have.
We were there at the WCG game, WGC, excuse me. The team that.
Kevin pakai patch terbaru harusnya sih iya guys, harusnya.
Last year in the first stage of VCT Korea, and then DRX rattled off 10 rounds in a row on Ascent.
WGS,
sorry.
It's all good.
Why did I say WCG? Anyway.
Because it's a tournament.
That's true.
Berarti ammonya udah kecil.
But regardless,
Power udah baru harusnya guys ya. Tapi 7 round cok, jauh cok.
I don't see it happening today, to be honest.
I mean, it's today, but also just kind of as of late.
Yeah.
You know, ever since suffering that initial loss to Paperrex, it feels like the team has just been stirred up a bit.
Honestly, it feels even like the secret loss. Going back to the team secret loss a little bit, it kind of feels like that too. Sure. And it feels like they started to have a lot of doubts about Foxy and his role on the team, and frankly, rightly so, guys. I know a lot of people are criticizing them for moving Foxy down. Guys, go back and watch some of the tape. Foxy makes some bizarre decisions sometimes. And, you know, they were trying to reel him in. They were trying to get it settled. Just didn't seem to be coming together. So go back to Old Faithful. Go back to Zest. It got him at least to the, you know, finish line. They didn't cross it in Pacific.
Wow, enak bang bakal juara champion soalnya meta baru. Emang kenapa enak guys? Emang enak kalau beta baru kuat ya?
Let's pray to the immigration gods that we can get something here.
Be a fast turnaround on that one, but here we go. This could
Thank you, Rodrigo.
very well be the end of it all. And NRG are looking
Kali nggak mungkin bang, plot versus Fnatic bang ya juga sih. Comeback berapa tuh 5-3-12 ya, 5-11 ya.
Opshot goes wide. Artist not going to be clipped by that one. Hunter's Fury now going to be unleashed. Zest fishing for something.
Susah nih pakai OP kalau lawannya Harbor, cok. Susah coba pakai OP lawan Harbor, guys.
Nothing biting the line this time. And the rest of NRG have flooded their way into the A site now. His Artist will stay on a linger. Spotting Stacks, knows he's tucked away. They should have identified each other. A warning shot, perhaps. His Artist is just going to go ahead and rotate around. Still is going to be in range, though. On bot.
It's genius. They bait out the Hunter's Fury, and they get the plant for free. They don't lose a single player.
I think the alarm bot was recalled. I don't think it was destroyed. RP's still a little bit wary about this, but now he's making his way in through the spawn.
Oh, no.
Cutting around from behind. The Rolling Thunder cuts across. Does manage to connect on the 2. Players, though, still avoiding being stunned up, and even with those stuns, they're not flooding them fast enough to try to find kills on the back of it. Crashes with the pop flash. Brings out to the corner, eats a full flash. RB able to find one. The approach from behind. Artist mows them down, and he drags them over the line. They lost sight of the enemy, Chet. And when he struck, it was far too late. A 4K to finish them off. 13-5. This time, it is not going the distance. Energy put their foot down. They say you will not take us to 3, and we will send you home once again.
A decisive, brilliant win here for NRG on Haven. Looking even better than before against DRX on this map. Just read after read after read.
No, DRX sedih guys.
Completely studied. They have the book written themselves about the way the DRX wanted to play this map today. They have completed the final chapter as DRX will be sent home here in one of their earliest finishes. I think their earliest finish is Champ 2021.
Indeed. They find themselves, normally when you say that they find themselves alongside the company of Loud, you would expect that means great things.
Santai bro, nggak sedih bro. Masih ada champion bro, balas dendam DRX ya.
Been on top of the world, but right now the scriptwriters seems like they have determined that new blood needs to be in the mix, and in the mix it certainly is. Energy though, with this victory, they keep the hope alive. They plow onward and they stay here in Masters Tokyo.
Oke guys, kita udahan dulu guys ya. Thank you udah nonton guys. Live streaming hari ini selesai guys. Kalahan dari DRX menutup sisa satu kontestan dari Pasifik, yaitu Paperrex saja teman-teman. Thank you teman-teman semua ya. Thank you teman-teman, makasih udah nonton. Sampai jumpa di next live streaming. Gua pamit undur diri. Thank you guys. Sampai jumpa. See you and bye bye guys. Bye. Thank you guys ya. See you on the Unli Up. Abis bang Winda mungkin guys.